Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of the Game Boys podcast. My name is Matt Ferrara, aka DefNot_Matty, and I'm here with none other than the man, the myth, the legend himself, Ty Playsmore.
What's
Ty,
up? What's up?
how are you,
What's
my
up?
friend?
Dude,
Hey.
I'm doing great. I am doing so much better.
Yeah, I'm doing great too. Finally, because I get a chance to speak to you again about games. I feel like it's been like 2 weeks or so since 3 weeks maybe.
I'm pretty sure 3. Yeah.
Oh my god, 3 long weeks. Way
Yeah.
too long if you ask me. But a
Yeah.
lot's been going on. We have had life. We've had things change. Thanksgiving came and went. Holidays are coming. You
Mhm.
got sick.
Yeah,
went to go.
I was sick for pretty much from the day before Thanksgiving to the week after and a little bit after that.
The deathly flu, it sounds like.
Pretty much. I don't know what it was. It was no joke, though. It was no joke.
You went to go see Billy Joel. I went
Yep.
to go see a Billy Joel cover band.
And
a lot
Yeah.
has happened.
Yeah. I also saw the Jonas Brothers.
Jonas Brothers? What,
Yeah.
you didn't tell me that?
I didn't.
Awesome.
Dude, I thought
No,
I
you
did.
did not
Oh man.
mention it.
Oh my bad.
Well, wait, so then, who was a better show? Was it Billy
Oh,
Joel or Billy Jonas?
Billy Jonas for me. I was a big fan.
Wow.
I've been a fan since they became a thing because I was one of the target audiences of that Disney Channel
You
era
wanted to be the
stuff.
4th Jonas brother throughout
Dude.
that whole time.
Dude, exactly.
There are 3,
100%.
right?
There's
I'm not
actually
mistaken on that.
there's 3 in the band, but they do have a 4th brother.
Oh, he just don't do nothing.
I-
He's just chilling.
I don't actually know what he does. I think there's jokes about that. At least I'm pretty sure, unless I just totally made this up.
He runs a very successful car dealership.
The secret fourth unlockable Jonas Brothers.
Yeah, you got to put in a special cheat code to get him as a playable character. So you liked the Jonas Brothers better than Billy Joel, is what you're saying? And
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not a huge Billy Joel fan. I like Billy Joel. But
yeah, I liked. I mean, it was fun. He did really good concert wise. It's not like I knew a ton of his songs. I mean, he has a bunch of hits, so I knew them, but it's not like they're in a playlist of mine or something.
No, you weren't driving your Cadillac down to the show.
I was not. I was and before, if anyone's wondering why did I go, I'm not, because I was invited. And I was like, okay, I like concerts. Concerts are fun.
Dude, if you get a chance to go see Billy Joel live, you do it because
Yeah.
he's retiring, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard.
Oh,
He's
he
had
is?
a 10-year. Well, no, I don't know if he's retiring from performing. Don't quote me on that. But he's had a 10-year residency at MSG, and I have never gone to see him. And I was born on Long Island. I basically am supposed in the, like you said, the target demographic for Billy Joel, right?
Uh-huh.
But all of my friends have gone to see him, and this is his last year. So I've actually made it a point to go see him, even though, like I said, I'm not a huge Billy Joel fan, right? But all of his songs I know basically all of them. So I'm like, all right, let's go check him out before he leaves. And the cover band that we saw was fun. It was good, catchy tunes. Everybody had their leg bopping. So.
Yeah, that venue. You showed me a picture. It looked
did
cool. Or you put it in Discord, I
Yeah.
think, or something. I don't know. I remember seeing something.
I posted a drunken video of me singing scenes from an Italian restaurant or something. A bottle of red, bottle of white. Yeah, that'll be. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. And I know you've got plans later on tonight to go see Godzilla, right?
Yeah, Godzilla -1, like a
Oh my God,
classic Godzilla type stuff.
You have got to give us the review for our next podcast.
Yes.
I hear only good things about it.
Yeah, it's like the highest rated movie this year, so I'm excited.
Oh my God. So that's awesome. I can't wait to hear about it. But it's December 8th right now at the time of recording. And last night was a very, very big night. It was the Game Awards.
Oh, it
as
was.
we know.
I forgot about that now.
Oh, shit. I set my alarm. But before I know we're going to talk at length about it, because the last podcast I recorded, we talked about what we thought the Game Awards winners would be, right?
Mhm.
But before we get into that, I know just this week another big announcement was the GTA 6 trailer, right?
I mean, I guess it was kind of a big announcement. I don't know.
I mean, they
GTA 6.
finally showed something after 10 years.
Yeah, no, that was pretty. It sucks that they kind of had it ruined for them. They were gonna do this big drop, and then someone leaked it with big bold letters saying "Buy BTC" over it, and it's like
Oh, I knew there was a reason I wanted to buy BTC.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, but no, like I do feel bad for the team because like there's a team that goes behind all that, puts in work for all that stuff to lead up to announcements, and it's unfortunate that it got leaked like that, and they just put it out early. It broke YouTube's record for like most viewed video.
Oh, that's big.
Like
That's huge.
in 24 hours. For a non-music video, the music video still holds that title.
Oh, well, which one?
It's a BTS song. I'm not sure.
BTS.
It's
Not,
I got a.
It's not by BTC on BTS.
No, it's not. It is
Okay.
not. But it came really close. I think it did get like 100 or like 98 million views in 24 hours,
Oh
which
my
the
God.
the record is like 108 million, I want to say.
Jesus.
So just a
lot of
just a
eyeballs.
handful short, honestly.
That's
Yeah.
216 eyeballs on it.
I mean,
well, I guess give or take a couple pirates who probably were watching.
to put it in perspective, like GTA 5's trailer hit 100 million in that 13 years.
Wow.
So, and that did it in a day. That's kind of
Well, I mean, I will say that they did a good. I mean, like, obviously, it sucks that it got leaked. Exactly.
Yeah.
As you're saying, like, it doesn't help anybody. It's sad for the whole audience. But they did a good job of just launching the trailer ahead of schedule after the leak, right?
Yeah, that was
they didn't wait for it.
100% the smart option because
That
I
was
didn't
the
even
right way to go.
I didn't even see the leak. So like
Yeah,
they took
neither
it
did I.
they took it down really quick. I heard about it afterwards. I was like, oh, they put it up early. I'll take a look at this.
And nobody got arrested, which is great.
Yeah,
Yet nobody got arrested yet. For a Rockstar.
yeah.
No, but they have a they put together a hell of a trailer, right?
Yeah.
But that's what they're known for, right? They've Rockstar has been building this weird cinema first kind of like the persona.
Mhm.
They try to do a movie references, and they try to make a big budget, and they put together a really, really good looking trailer. But what I was most impressed by is the way that the NPCs looked and the actual what could be in-game engine footage with like high detail characters, good motion.
Right. I want to add on to that the two things about. You mentioned Rockstar, like basically they want to make a spectacle. They have never shied away. They have been controversial out the gate, and they have not shied away from being controversial. And their trailers, like I was looking at this, someone was like, I think it was like a tweet or something, where they're like looking at the Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer and the GTA 5 trailers. Those look worse than the final game.
Oh, wow.
An ex-Rockstar dev said that like he expect this game to look like the trailer, and like
Did you even imagine?
Right, and I mean like this game is gonna be like 300 gigabytes, which I am scared. But
of course,
the city's got to look like that though. It's got to have that many people in it because that's my thing. Sometimes it feels empty. I don't want it to be empty.
Mm-hmm. And also, I mean, it adds to it the fact that the NPCs are like kind of just meandering, and they'll say like 3 lines, and then you feel like it's even emptier. So if they go with if they get more like character models running and looking different, and they're not cut and paste, and they have different voice lines, that'll be great just for the immersiveness of the game. But when did they have a release date on there, or was it? I can't remember. If it's
2025.
2025. So this will look great on your PS5 Pro and your Xbox One XSX tricky system. But it feels just so far, down the line. Like this is just a bit of nothing almost. It's like I can't even think that far ahead. 2024. We're talking 2025.
I feel like 2025 is definitely just to make sure they don't like push it back anymore.
Oh my God! And who knows? Maybe they will. But this could be holiday 2025. I'm not even gonna. What the hell's gonna happen by then?
Basically, all I'm saying is every game is probably gonna try to make sure it comes out before that. 2025 is gonna be crazy for video games. Lock it in.
God. Lock it in. That's the big prediction right here. Lock it in.
2025 will be a repeat of this year.
check back in 2025. Ty is staking his claim in the ground right now. 2025 may be the best year of video games we've ever had, which people are saying 2023 is. It's going to top it.
Yeah, it's going to top it.
You heard it here first.
I think video games are back. I'm saying it. Video games are back.
Wow, that's it. He's saying it. He said it, not me. He said it. No, but that's part of my prediction is 2024. It's going to be a shit year for video games. I feel like that one's going to go down. Now, hear me out.
Okay. I'm listening.
Here's my prediction. If your prediction is 2025 is going to be a great year for video games, my prediction is 2024 is going to be a shit year for video games. And we had an excellent year for games, right? People have been talking about it at length. They've written pieces on it. It could be the best year for gaming ever, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like that was a little bit of a creative sugar high coming off of COVID.
Oh, yeah.
And like COVID had, obviously people didn't know how to work. They didn't know how to develop. They were forced to their homes to work in offices in their homes. They weren't collaborating as much. And everybody was just trying to figure out how to work. And after the pandemic, people kind of figured out how to develop things, how to bring their ideas together, how to get it going. And we're getting the sort of sugar high back off on that, right?
Yeah, 110%. And it lines up perfectly. Games take about, like, at the minimum, like 4 years to make now, like on the scale of a lot of the big games this year. And so it makes sense, you know, projects that started in 2019 got halted. They're here now.
Yeah, exactly. And like, you know, that development takes a long time, and people had a lot of pent up creative juices that have come out to great results. And a lot of games got pushed back, you know, development costs rise. Now, the opposite happened sort of in the business world after 2020. You know, there was a lot of influx of cash. So all these development companies, like think of the Embracer Group, right? Started to put a lot of money into these developers. Group. Like just throw a ton of money out. But it wasn't the money that was creating the games. It was the creative personalities and the creative people. But they didn't know how to work. So that it was kind of like a little laggard of what that was. Now, fast forward to 2024. You know, I don't know if we have like everybody. How do you top what everybody did? You can't. Are you going to come out with all new IPs? Or are you going to come out with sequels? The sequels are, you know, maybe not as good as the first ones. It's going to be a tough year, but 2025 could track for that again to come back around.
Yeah, I mean, I could get behind what you're saying. That 2024. I don't think it's going to be necessarily bad. Like. I'm hoping, but I just don't think it. I don't think we're getting the Mario Wonder and Tears of the Kingdom and a Baldur's Gate 3 and everything. Resident Evil 4. I'm sure there's not going to be a Resident Evil this year. Maybe.
Oh my God.
2020. No Resident Evil 2024. Oh, I don't know. Can Capcom live with that? I don't know.
They could they could make something. I could think of a couple of IPs that they could come out with for remakes if they want to.
No, they can't. They can't remake anything else other than Resident Evil. You're getting Resident Evil and only Resident Evil and Street Fighter and Monster Hunter. That's all you get.
That's true. Street Fighter 2 came out, right? So this was a crazy year for games, and obviously the Game Awards showed that, you know, how awesome it was. But and think about like, and you mentioned Baldur's Gate. Larian Studios put like $100 million or something into Baldur's Gate. They got all of that money was built up from when money was flowing around in you know, during COVID times, right? The economy was just pumped full of cash. Larian Studios was one of that. Now, granted, it took them a long time to develop that, but they put $100 million into Baldur's Gate. Think about it. How you can make a game for $100 million. I think what was the studio that also came out and said if we would have done the same thing if we had $100 million to spend. I'll have to look up that quote. But you know, money was flush and they did a good job with it. I don't know if it's going to happen again. They're not going to have the time to do something like that in 2024 is all I'm saying. But
I'm sure they'll probably look towards making like an expansion or something.
Oh yeah, I'm sure
that's the logical route.
Oh, absolutely. But back to Grand Theft Auto, right? We didn't. What was your take? You know, besides how, you know, good the NPCs look and how lived in the world is. How excited of it?
I've never finished any GTA game. I always like running around and stuff, but then I kind of get bored. Like I heard the stories are great, but like that's not the part that interests me. And I do want to say this, oddly enough, makes me want to try to get into it so I can follow the hype train, because the hype train's gonna. Once it goes through the station, once it leaves the station, it's going full throttle. So I mean, I think as long as like they can make the game feel like the trailer encases so much relevancy for a game that's probably been being worked on for I want to say this game's probably been at least worked on for 8 years.
At least.
And in some
least.
sort of way. Maybe like no programming has been done until like the last 4, but this game has been cooking a long time. So the fact that it seems really relevant, like that whole like Instagram Reels and TikTok Live stuff they got going on. Yeah, and like I mean GTA 5 had a big Facebook focus and stuff, which was a big part of that time period. I mean, it still is a big thing, but you know, it was really, really relevant.
Oh yeah, and
so it's impressive.
I'm in the same boat as you. I'm in the same exact boat. Very impressive. I haven't played. I've played many GTA games, but I've never beaten a GTA game. I think the closest I've gotten is like GTA 4 with Nico Bellic. I thought that was a good story. But you're right. I've heard that the stories are great. I've heard that the game is great. I just never locked me in, you know, the way that it has other people. You know, you spend that hour, like, I don't know, getting your wanted level all the way up and putting on the cheat codes and getting a million rocket launchers. But then past that, I'm like, do I want to do another car chase? And oh boy, he got too far away. You know, I got to start over, like that shit. But I'm hoping, like, exactly to your point, that this is like the one that's gonna to get me in. I just remember like playing the first Grand Theft Auto as a kid and being like, this game is just too complicated and too hard, and I just put it down. And I was like, just too it was like way too hard.
Yeah, it'll never take off.
Yeah, what is this shit? I'm gonna go back to playing Redneck Rampage and Postal. What is this stupid game? No, but it did, and this is gonna be the one I hope that I can sit down and like really play.
Yeah,
like get it. But 2025, who the hell knows
what's
gonna happen? The whole world might be underwater by then. We have no idea.
But hey, maybe we'll have GTA 5 or 6 though. We'll have GTA 6 if the world's underwater.
Just when we're in Atlantis. You know, I think. Okay, before we get into the big meat and potatoes here, the game awards, what have you been playing on the side in the last 2 weeks? Have you had enough energy being sick?
Honestly, for a decent amount of that, no, I did not. I have not been in the mood or just energy to play anything that requires me to like really lock in story-wise single player stuff. But I will say, around Thanksgiving time, I was playing a lot of Call of Duty, new Call of Duty with a friend still. Haven't played in a minute. Was waiting for the new update and stuff, new season, whatever. And then recently, talk more about it a bit in the Game Awards because I'm a little confused about a category. But the Lego Fortnite, which is a very weird sentence to say, dropped yesterday. And I gotta say, it is crazy that I'm about it. These words don't feel real, but Lego Fortnite is giving Minecraft a run for its money, and it's kind of hilarious. Lego Fortnite is something I think everyone listening should try out. It's not like Battle Royale. It's not really like, I mean, it's a survival game. It's very interesting. It's a little bare bones right now. I mean, not total. It's not like there's nothing to do, but there's room for improvement, and they said they're gonna keep working on it. It's got like 2 million players and hasn't dropped at all in a day. So, yeah, it's good though. That's really the main 2 things. I've just been hanging around and I keep keeping up collecting stuff, and yeah.
Oh, wow. So I'm going to rush to download Lego Fortnite right now. It's free to play, right?
Free to play. You have to download Fortnite. And
wow. Better than Minecraft. Yep. Okay.
It's not better than Minecraft yet, I would say. But it's giving it a run for its money.
Watch out, Steve from Minecraft. Yep. That's his name, right?
Yep, Steve.
I also have never really played Minecraft. I find it very boring and stupid.
Oh, man. Dude, that was like my life.
That's it. I went there. I find Minecraft to be a silly game for silly people who want to turn their brains off and mine for 2 hours. I hate it.
I assure you, I'm not a silly Billy. I am not a silly
What a silly Billy over here playing Minecraft. Whoa. No, I don't know. I think it's because of a bigger problem for me is I don't care for survival games, and that's like a huge obviously survival game, right? You're
Yeah,
crafting,
yeah.
you're getting
It's a mood and a mindset you need, and yeah, it's not for like I can.
It's a vibe. It's a
Yeah,
vibe.
it's a yeah.
So
Maybe,
you're saying
yeah.
what you've heard said here is Lego Fortnite is giving Minecraft.
It's like it's
That's what the kids say.
it's not it's
It's giving Minecraft. That's it. Officially that has died now. That phrase, giving. Now that I've said that, an old
Bro.
person.
I, no, what I'm saying, more so saying is like it's kind of like this weird combination. It's like Minecraft and like collect materials and stuff, but the way you keep continuing the game forward, the little difference, more like a tycoon game almost, in the sense where you take items, take the items, put them in like a crafting bench of some sort, and take those items to make a better crafting bench, and then go find the better items to put in the new crafting bench to get better items to put in and make a new one. It's not really like Minecraft at all. You can't just destroy everything, which is something really impressive. The physics. Like, so let's say this was really cool. There's this tower, and it was built like on this like square plane. I'm trying to describe this best I can so everyone can visualize it. So imagine like a square, and then there's 4 walls built up, and it went like 3 more walls high, and there's a little house on the top of those 3 walls. So a little tower. And how Fortnite and Lego Fortnite works is things are held up. As long as one thing is touching the ground, it's held up. So I destroyed all the legs because I didn't want to climb all the way to the top. I destroyed all the legs. And then when it fell, it did the most unexpected thing. It just fell straight down and landed on a new set of legs. I'm like, that was the coolest thing I think I've ever seen in a game, like physics-wise at least.
It's got a weird physics thing that you didn't expect.
And then like when you destroy walls and stuff, like they all just fall into a bunch of pieces before it despawns.
I like that. It's like a voxel style.
Yeah, it's got really cool destruction for a free-to-play game.
Is it a battle royale? Is it a survival?
It's a survival. The Lego Fortnite's the survival. It's PvE. There's monsters. They are vicious. They got hands, and it's got.
And they're about to throw them hands.
I want to use this lightly, but there's no other way to describe it. The combat is a little Dark Souls-esque.
There it is.
It's a little Dark Souls. Yep,
Fortnite is Dark Souls.
It's got rolling. It's got stamina. It's got a hunger meter. It's got hot cold meter.
All right, sign me up. I'm in.
All right, yeah, give it a shot.
Actually, I should give it a try because I told you I really don't like survival games, but the only survival games that I do like have a sort of action and an element of get yourself stronger so you can fight a boss, like Valheim. Valheim is one.
It's a little bit like that. That's a good comparison game. That's probably close. It's closer to that than Minecraft, but the target audience is definitely in the Minecraft area. Yeah, not even just based on an age thing, just like a visual thing too. Because it's big focus is building Legos.
Well, I don't know if this is what happened when Minecraft was coming out, but I'm sure a lot of people compared Minecraft to Legos in video game form, and now Legos is becoming Minecraft in video game form. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Look at what they're doing. Well, that sounds exciting. I'm gonna check that out because I like those kind of action-y, adventure-y style games. Not so much the building. I'm the kind of guy who will build like just a little wooden cabin and just stay in it. I'm not building like an elaborate
and that's the nice thing. You can either free build or there's like little, like you can pull out an instruction booklet like a Lego set. And it'll like guide you to build it like easily. That's cute. Like big section by big section, and it's really quick.
I'm gonna check that out. Yeah, I'm absolutely gonna check it out.
What about I guess turn it back to you if you're done, because I'm pretty much tapped out with what I've been up to.
That sounds like a lot of fun. I have also, and I hate to say it since the last time we spoke, I bit the bullet and I bought that Call of Duty. I sent $70 more to Activision and Blizzard and Microsoft against my doctor's best orders here. And had I bought it the last time we spoke? I'm not sure.
I know you had. You were talking about like you're like, man, I don't want to get it right away because I haven't dropped shipment and I gotta grind the guns, and I just don't think I want to spend $70 to grind the guns this early. But look where we are now.
Almost immediately after we spoke, I bought it. Dude, I felt bad. I felt sorry for myself.
I saw you on it, and then I saw the day later it was like $60.
Oh my, yeah, right. It did, and it came down somehow. You could get. I was like,
Yeah.
fuck. But I got it. I've started playing it, and only because honestly, I did not care to play multiplayer. I didn't care about anything, but everybody kept talking about Warzone 3, and I loved Warzone 1. I was that guy, and all the boys from home who I haven't been hanging out with or haven't been talking to a lot were like, we're getting back on it. Warzone 3. So I'm like, fine, let me do it. And I'll tell you what I'm so surprised about is when I loaded it up, I didn't go right into multiplayer. I didn't even install single player, but that's not a surprise.
No.
I went right into zombies, and I just started playing zombies. And that open world zombies is different. It's different than the regular level based one, which you either love or you hate. I love it. Some people hate it, but I like being able to just go into a match, run around. I really liked what they did with DMZ in the last Call of Duty. So this was like DMZ meets zombies. I'm doing contracts, I'm doing objectives, I'm getting weapon experience, and I'm getting out. No stress, no nothing. And then people, I'm looking at like the armory and the gunsmith, and it has all these attachments. And at first I'm like, fuck, what am I going to do? Like, I got to unlock this to get that, to get this. And then when I really started to look into it and started thinking about it, you can unlock those attachments so much easier than you could in the original Call of Duties, because they let you do that daily challenge unlock thing, right? And you can do like an unlimited unlock. So for anybody who's listening who's not familiar, essentially what you had to do in old Call of Duties is you had to level up your gun to max level to unlock all the attachments. So if you went into Warzone with a level 10 assault rifle, you were going to get smoked every time, right? There was no way you could win because you didn't have as good attachments as the next guy who had a level 30. In this game, you can go in with a level 10 assault rifle, but what you'll have done is you'll have individually unlocked other attachments to put on that to create the meta build. So what you can do here in this one is you don't have to go into multiplayer to grind it out. I go right into zombies. I do 3 contracts and I exfil. And then I do 3 more contracts and I exfil, and I automatically get 1 attachment on any attachment that I want on any gun. Awesome. I can do that over and over again with no stress. I don't have to worry about sweating my ass off on shipment. I don't have to worry about people coming into my ear and yelling obscenities at me. I can just do it on my own time. It's so much simpler. And that to me has made it 1,000 times better.
I didn't know that. I didn't know.
Yeah, I only learned this the other day.
Well, I knew about like individually unlocking it, and you put it in like a much more interesting perspective. So I don't play Warzone, and I haven't done the zombies mode yet. I really should eventually at least give it a shot. I've never been. I was talking about this last time, so I'm not gonna talk too much. But I've just never been the zombies guy. And I wasn't really a fan of the whole challenge things. I do wish it wasn't just locked to like doing like some of the stuff is just locked to you have to do like 3 missions to unlock it. I wish the user level matched that some way. I wish there was a way while I was leveling up in general, I was also maybe getting more than just 1 stuff every like 3 missions or something. That'd be nice. Yeah. I kind of hate that it's like either this or that and it can't be both. And I mean,
more optionality would be great.
But sure. you put it into a better perspective, and I kind of that is cool. That is cool.
Yeah, I'm saying I don't like I hate having to go into Warzone and the meta changes every time. And I know you haven't played a lot of Warzone. I feel like I've played like a good amount of it. And like if you don't have the best gun at the time, you're just gonna lose every firefight. Like it doesn't matter what and you can't. They have never done a good job of balancing their weapons. So it's not like you can choose to use a battle rifle when everybody's using an assault rifle, or you can choose to use a machine gun or an LMG when everybody's using a submachine gun, right? It's just you can't do it. So every time the meta changes or every time it updates, you need to have that gun at full max level. In this, you don't. Thank God. To the way I was describing it again is you just can go into zombies, unlock 5 attachments, the meta attachments, and boom, you're in. Like, so that I appreciate.
Yeah, that's cool.
And we're playing Warzone again. The boys are back in town. We're playing Warzone. It's better than Warzone 2, but it hasn't captured that magic of Warzone 1. I don't know if any game will at this point, but it's fun, and I hope the boys stick with it. And that's really, it doesn't matter if the game is good or bad, right? It's just
It's
the friends
people.
that we made along the way.
That's what Destiny 1 was. That game was, looking back, in my opinion, not that great, but the people made it super fun.
Yeah, it's the fun that you had with the boys and the girls, just hanging out and just having a good time. So we got that going on. And I'll play more of that probably after we're done here. I'll probably unlock some more attachments and
Nice.
I beat Super Mario Wonder.
Oh, you did?
Also,
oh, yeah. I saw.
game.
I do think I saw like the very end of that. Yeah, that game was awesome.
Great game, great boss fight. I know we'll talk about a game of the year, but excellent charm and gameplay mechanics and what they changed up. Love that little flower, man.
Yeah, I love the flower.
Really cold out here. I love that guy.
Yeah.
I feel like if I wanted to, I could spend more time and go back and get all the stars and get all the challenges and do the extra levels. So my one complaint is getting to the extra hard levels. You have to do like other things in between, which were kind of annoying. So I didn't end up doing it, but I wanted to do those extra hard levels more. I did like 2 or 3 of them. And that got me into like, wow, this platform was really fun. What else is out there? I've always wanted to play Celeste.
Yeah.
So then I started playing Celeste.
I saw a tiny bit of you playing that
Celeste is great.
on stream, and I was working on something, so I wasn't really chatting or anything, but I saw like you were on this little like moving back and forth platform. There's this rectangle you're holding the wall, and there's a little strawberry you're trying to get over. You kept landing on the spike that was on top of the thing. It was great. Perfect.
Yeah. It's that. I mean, like, that game is great. I'm really enjoying it. The platforming it's almost perfect. I'm gonna be playing it more and going through that. So check in next week to see if I've broken my controller in frustration or not. So I'm playing that. Cyberpunk, I'm still going through. I have not gotten to Phantom Liberty yet, but I'm making my way. That game is more and more fun as I play it. Just feeling like a crazy, super powered. Oh, it's awesome. And it won a game awards game. So there's that.
I forgot about that.
And it's just a lot. It makes you feel like this, Terminator in this world, which is great. I'm certain there's an excellent story built in there. I just have not been paying attention to it. I guarantee it's greatly written. On first blush, Keanu Reeves' voice acting is, it's fine. Don't feel like he really delivers a lot of the lines with enough emotion that I would have, maybe.
I mean,
again, I'm not a voice actor.
That's the thing. He's not really a voice actor
exactly.
either. I mean, the character, from what I've heard and stuff. I mean, that definitely is Keanu Reeves.
Yes, that's exactly it. Like, maybe if he had more time in the booth, or if they, could do a couple of reworks or something. It's not bad. It's not bad by any means. It just doesn't have it. It's like, that's why they spend money on actual voice actors.
Yeah.
But it's great to see Keanu Reeves in there. I just saw that they updated it so that you could get the sad Keanu Reeves meme in the game. I don't know if you read that story.
I did see that. I saw that you get like on a train or something.
I would love to see that. So I'm going to check that out next time I play it. And then I'm looking forward to seeing Idris Elba in game soon enough.
Yeah, so he was nominated too.
Oh yeah, he was
for that performance.
He was there, or...
He was not. It was
I didn't think
his PNG of him was there.
Oh, that's what it was. Yes, his the GIF of Idris Elba. Yeah, so playing through that still. I feel like I'm missing some things. I know I'm going to be playing some new games after this week, after the Game Awards. It's inspired me to play some new games. And of course, obviously Mega Man Battle Network, which we'll talk about next week. And I think that Call of Duty, this, that, who knows? A million games out there. I'm thinking about playing games all the time. That's it.
Yeah.
That's games.
Games.
Should we talk about now, finally, since we've been jawing for an hour here, about the one and only Game Awards of 2023?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, let's dive into that.
Well, so before we get into the winners, the awards, the announcements, 30,000 foot view, what's your impression on what you saw?
It's the Game Awards is a really cool like presentation and announcements thing. I really think the Game Awards should evolve more into a winter E3 type of thing. I saw someone online suggest that. As an announcement show, great. As a show, like actually talking about like the rush of like how fast they want to get people in and out is kind of irritating, and I feel like for something about a night about honoring games, and it's not just about the games, but it's about what the games leave an impact on people and stuff like that, and this like whole legacy they've had throughout this year and possibly the future and the industry and all this. They should really let people talk a bit more and talk more about people who make games, and they do a little bit of that, but like there's a big screen saying like please wrap it up and stuff, and I get they can't have people talking for 10 minutes, but like it was literally going like off apparently every they only had like 30 seconds, 45 seconds, like it's an acceptance speech, like let them talk for at least like 3 minutes. Like I think 3 minutes is 2 to 3 minutes is at the max is like a good amount of time. Like these people, the whole reason the show exists and why people are making money off of the show is because people are making games. Like you can let them speak for a couple minutes.
Yeah, and that's an interesting take. See, if you do that, though, you get into the issue that the Oscars had, right? This is supposed to be... I feel like it needs to pick a lane here. Does the Game Awards want to be the announcement awards, or does it want to be the Oscars of video games, where you actually talk about awards and the making of video games? I feel like what you're describing is more the Oscars of video games, which it could be, but I think maybe extending their acceptance speeches a little bit longer so you can talk about the creative flow of video games would be good. It's
not even like they're cutting a guy off we'll talk later, Baldur's Gate 3 at the very end there. The guy was talking about people that passed away while making it, and they're like, okay, wrap it up, like in the middle of him.
Oh damn.
It's not even like I'm not saying that they should sit down and talk about like, oh, this team and that team and that team and that team. I'm just saying like just let them speak for more than 30 seconds is really it. Like the focus has become so much on the announcements. It is a little odd to me how little the nominees get attention. It's not like I want them to be explaining all this video game process and stuff. Leave that into the bonus features of games and stuff. That's not really a night for that, in my opinion. It feels a little confused what it wants to be. I think what you just said is perfect.
It needs to pick a lane. It needs to pick a road. What do you want to be? You want to be the announcement awards, or do you want to be the celebration of video game awards? What do you want to be?
I think it's possible to do both. It's just it's straying further from about the celebration.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. But you know what? The announcements and the trailers and the this and that is, I hate to say, is what brings the money in.
Oh,
right?
yeah, 100%. Not without a doubt.
If you look at something like the Oscars, they don't really do too much of that. I know in the last couple of years, they brought in like, this is what this studio is doing, and this is Disney, and blah, blah, blah. So they really focus more on the magic of movies and the awards themselves. I feel like it would be better for the industry to do it that way in the Game Awards. But as somebody who wants to see new crazy video games,
I would be lying if I said the biggest part, because I don't vote in the awards, because you know what, I really don't care, because I don't think they're 100% honest. Sometimes there's definitely categories I legit question where
like
all these
David
people...
Diver and Best Indie Game.
That's not even what I meant. I more so meant like there's a game called Cocoon that won Best Debut Indie, going on the indie stuff, Best Debut Indie Game, and now I've heard good things about Cocoon, but like out of all the stuff on this list is Cocoon, Dredge, Pizza Tower, Venba, and Viewfinder. Pizza Tower was like, I didn't even play it, but it was like forced in my brain through online, seeing videos, animations. The thing was so popular, so it's hard for me to really understand where Cocoon that has like, I think it has like under 2,500 votes, or I mean reviews on Steam maybe, and Pizza Tower has like 37,000. I could be wrong with those numbers, but it's a huge discrepancy. It's like you're trying to convince me that no one showed up to vote for Pizza Tower is very weird to me.
Yeah, well, maybe it's the weighting of how it does it, right? Because there's judges part of the video game awards.
Yeah, well, so the judges pick the categories and the people pick who wins. So really, that's another thing I kind of like about it. That's from my understanding. Like the website, you go vote online, and like this whole board of people pick who is getting nominated. They don't pick the actual winners, from my understanding. And it's kind of why I don't like. It's really becomes a popularity contest. And that's why I don't really take it that seriously, because like I'm not enough of a voice to pick what I think should win. I think there is people more qualified than the general public to pick what should win. That might be a hot take, but
I think you're describing a great way, because like I said, if I have to compare this again to the Oscars, that's exactly how the Oscars do it, right? The Oscar picks the nominations, and then they have everybody who's in the Motion Picture Association, the MPAA, whatever the hell it is. So you have to be in the industry to vote on it, right? The general public doesn't vote on the Oscars. I think they should do more of it that way.
Yeah, I mean, there's problems with that I don't really want to dive into on here, like having a really closed board of people. You get this basically an echo chamber, which can lead to other worse problems, which the general public can't necessarily have just because of how many voices are getting put into it. But like one of the things, best mobile game now is a little stupid, but like the Hoyoverse games, I just don't care for. They're not really quality games. Like things like Genshin Impact, I think they're just cash grabs. If
that fell off the face of the earth, I would not care about
my life would be just like the same right now if like all those games just disappeared. It's like I don't
saw that. I was like, what? Another one?
They're so. That's the thing though. They're so popular. It's like any category they're in pretty much wins. I think they did lose like one.
Good.
Yeah, but that's my thing. It's like they could have put the I feel like the best like mobile game of all time could have been put out, but since like maybe it was like a little niche or something, couldn't have ever won. Like
Farmville.
Yeah, Farmville 2. That's probably a thing.
Where's Candy Crush in there? What's going on here? No. No, I hear exactly what you're saying.
What's your whole? That's pretty much all I gotta say.
My
about
take
it.
on it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, 30,000-foot view. I thought it was very exciting to see the trailers. I know we're going to talk about it. I've confirmed that the next game I would like to play is Alan Wake. And I think it clicked for me after the Alan Wake musical performance. I was like, what? Yes, I want to play that game. This looks perfect up my alley of like serious but silly, like super goofy.
Dude, I was so confused what was going on.
Like, I was like, what? I got to play this game. I don't know what the hell this is.
Yeah.
Well, Alan Wake is in the middle of all these guys dressed in black and pirates, and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, I had no clue what I was watching.
I really want to play it, so that's going to be the game I play after Cyberpunk for sure. The only problem is I'm a little bit scared. I've heard it's a very scary game, and I'm a scared guy. So I don't know.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
I'll play it on stream so I don't get jump scared.
That won't. No, I totally won't be there to clip every jump scare.
But that's first blush. I want to play Alan Wake, and I know nobody I really know is talking about it, so like I want to experience it. That's the first thing. And then I know we're gonna get to the trailers, but a lot of really cool games coming around the corner. I think you get into these awards categories and these awards shows. I wish they would be, to your point, more about the games and more showy on the games, like more musical performances. There was a handful. That Final Fantasy one was very good.
Yeah.
Like more musical performances, more like about the games that were nominated. Like if you watch the Oscars and they do the best movie award or best picture, they'll do like a trailer for the picture and they'll have people talking about the game and stuff. So I mean, like more of that would be good.
Just a real quick, like that's the thing. Like like, are they scared people are gonna stop watching this? Like, they hook people on these announcements, dude. They'll keep their eyes on the screen. They could talk about something for like 6-7 minutes and probably be fine. Like, I mean, I feel like that's probably the most, but like, people are on the edge of their seats to see Fortnite 2 get announced. That type of stuff, though. Like, they're not gonna like tune out.
I think on the face of it, I don't know if this is the fact, but it was already running. It runs like 3 hours. I don't think you can do all of that and be under 3 hours. And after 4 hours,
was it really like 3 hours?
It started at it went till I'm pretty sure it was like 2.5 or 3 hours. I'm quite sure.
Wow.
And like if you got all the trailers, now if you added more shit about games, it would be even longer. And I don't think they could do that. So again, walking that fine line. But they could have cut a couple of those trailers too. I mean, frankly, Hoyaverse, I know they get the money for it, but the fuck do I gotta watch that? Like, what is that shit?
Yeah, you're right. It's 3 hours.
And like there's some trailers that are just like they don't need to, like they're just CGI.
A lot of it's the ads too. They take up a good amount of time
for sure. But like sometimes, like I know we're gonna go through the trailers and the announcements, but like sometimes I'm like, what am I watching here? Am I just watching a cutscene? What does that tell me? This game that has never been announced, I have no idea what it is. This 2-second glimpse of whatever engine or whatever graphics they're showing on a cutscene about the story that I have no idea what it is. What does that do for me? I'm sitting on the edge of my seat like, that's good. That's it. If you're showing me gameplay of a game that's coming out soon, like, and that I haven't seen before, that excites me. But if I'm watching a trailer for something that Matthew McConaughey is vaguely a part of that has no gameplay, and
it did have gameplay. Actually, that one. I was about to say I do want to talk about that one.
That had generic sci-fi shooter did have gameplay. I'm sorry, but something like that where it's like you're not showing me anything. This is I'll give you a perfect example. Okay, if there was no Jordan Peele there, and if there was no Jordan Peele, and what you showed me from Kojima's game was what they showed me, would that do or say anything?
No. No. I mean,
you just save yourself 2 minutes right
realistically, there. All of it just, I don't know. I was talking about it when sorry.
No. Let's save it. Let's save it because we got a lot to say about that. Let's talk about the nominees. I'm sorry. I'm going to get off my soapbox here for a second. Let's talk about the awards themselves. Yeah. What we got.
I mean, how do you want to go through this? Because some of them I feel like we just...
We'll go real quick.
All right. Well, so we got Game of the Year.
Game of the Year.
Baldur's Gate 3.
What the hell's that about? Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
No surprise to me.
Yeah. And I feel like Mario, the only other... So we got Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4 Remake, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I think I was saying Super Mario Bros. Wonder in the other episode, and I think that is really the only other contender on this list. Probably Alan Wake 2. I shouldn't, because I haven't played it at all. It seems like it's gotten a lot of appraisal and stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like those three, they really bring something extremely new to the table. Like the stuff going on in Tears of the Kingdom, I need to finish it. Really impressive though. All the building stuff. Resident Evil 4 is a beautiful remake, but it's really not new. And Marvel Spider-Man 2 is kind of the same thing with Tears of the Kingdom. It improves a lot of stuff, doing great things. It's not really still the same problem. It's nothing really new. Like, it's in a way, it's new, but it's not new.
Yeah, agreed. Baldur's Gate, no surprise to me. It's tough again because we were saying that this is the best, a great year for gaming. I think in the absence of Baldur's Gate 3, I think Super Mario could have won. In the absence of Baldur's Gate 3, I think Zelda could have had a chance there. I think Spider-Man could have had a chance there. So it's like it's tough. Baldur's Gate though is doing something really special, special game with the way that they're changing storytelling in games. Like, I think that's fantastic. Story's great, gameplay's great, voice acting is great. We'll see it down the line. People have talked ad nauseum about this game forever. I don't think we need to touch on it that much more. Okay, you want to get down the list now?
Yeah, best game direction, Alan Wake 2. I mean,
interesting. I don't know exactly what game direction is, but I guess it's just a director of games, a director.
From my understanding, like game direction is like
which direction you're walking.
Yeah, totally.
Like, north and east.
It's more like making sure everything is coming out in a quality way. Like the game is going in literally in a direction when it's progressing. Like when the game is being finished and being worked on, that it's being worked on in a way ensuring a quality product. If that makes sense. Like a director on a movie is like saying like cut when like something doesn't turn out right. So a game director is looking at let's say like some sort of, I mean, typically I think there's a director for every sort of thing. Like there's an art director, gameplay, storyboard director, all this stuff. It's basically ensuring everything is moving in a way that the game will come together to be a great product. And all the games on this list have very insanely good reviews if I haven't played them, and the public seems to agree these are all quality products.
Well, that's interesting. And it makes sense that Baldur's Gate wouldn't get this because it did launch in early access to like pretty buggy, if I remember correctly. I think so. And I remember it coming out and people being like, well, they have a lot to fix here. And then it came out like maybe 6 or 8 months after that too, the success that it came out to. If I'm not mistaken, it did come out pretty sloppy to begin with. So
I don't.
That could make sense.
I feel like early access shouldn't really count.
Well, I mean, if you're telling me how it's like, if your interpretation of what game direction is, like it's launch, it's lead up, it's how it's tested and how it's talked about and how it's put out there all the way to the end of launch, what it sounds like, I could see. I mean, look, Alan Wake came out of nowhere really and just came out as a really good game that people weren't talking about until boom, it's out there. So maybe that's what it was. I don't know. It's hard for me to interpret. I'm
not gonna act like a total genius on the whole thing.
Okay, best adaptation. You want to talk about that?
The Last of Us, the show, won best adaptation, going against Super Mario Bros. Movie, Twisted Metal, Gran Turismo, and Castlevania Nocturne. I don't really get why Gran Turismo's up here instead of the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
It came out too late.
It didn't. It did come out before it. The cutoff's like November or something. FNAF came out like October.
It came out in October.
I'm pretty sure it's something like
Sony.
Like no one. I mean, honestly, The Last of Us definitely deserved it. I have never played the games.
1000%.
That show was beautiful. It made me cry a couple times.
Same. I have no problem saying that I shed a number of tears. What's his name and what's his name in the what's his name episode. Oh my god, that was fantastic. If that does not, that must have won awards.
I think that episode alone did win awards. It must have.
I mean, the Emmys have got to have come out for that. That was fantastic television.
Yes.
I think the Super Mario Brothers movie was great, but The Last of Us did something for video game. Prestige video games that I don't think any other.
It really showed how to do a linear story game into some sort of visual media in the sense of either a TV or movie. I think it really shows that stop trying to make like 20-hour games into a 2-hour movie, instead make it into like a 6-hour episode, like 6 to 8 hour show.
Oh yeah, and like prestige television, taking it, I think it proved that you can take a video game story and turn it into a mainstream media presentation and enter the zeitgeist of the general public. Like this is a piece of media that my mom is watching, right? And if you tell her, oh, it's a video game, she's like, what? A video game did this? Where Super Mario Brothers movie is great for the kids. It's a great show for adults, but they know it's video games,
They both did two great things for video game movies and stuff like that, and shows in their own ways. The Last of Us is honestly just a better piece of media in my
launched
opinion.
Pedro Pascal into the fucking stratosphere, besides of course the Mandalorian, but he wasn't really, he didn't really fucking,
to be fair though, the Mandalorian did put is why he got that job. The Mandalorian's a great character. I love how he's played,
but he's wearing a mask the whole time. This is Pedro Pascal out there. That might as well be a stunt double as far as I'm concerned. And Pedro Pascal's voice.
But it's not though. It's not.
I know it's not, but it could be.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just telling you that.
True. But I think the big takeaway from best adaptation is Gran Turismo should not be up here. Best narrative. Best narrative.
Okay.
Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty, which I'm kind of don't understand why it's here because it's not a standalone game. It's DLC. Don't really agree with that. Like, you literally, like, if you could buy this as its own thing, I would be okay with that.
True.
But it's not its own game. It may be the size of its own game, but you need to buy Cyberpunk to play that. And I don't.
I see what you're saying.
It didn't. I mean, so I don't know. I'm not trying to like hate. Like, I'm not trying to like knock it down. It does have a great narrative. I know people love it, but and then Final Fantasy 16, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Alan Wake 2 wins here. I don't really got much to say about this category other than what I already said. If you got anything? Same.
Another reason to talk. Another reason of why I want to play Alan Wake 2.
Yeah.
I don't know yet.
Yeah. The story in Alan Wake 1, I know people just love it, so I'm sure they improved it on 2. Art direction, Alan Wake 2, Hi-Fi Rush, Lies of P, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Tears of the Kingdom. Mario Wonder should have won this, in my opinion. Alan Wake 2 won. I mean, like, I guess, like, I know there's, like, some, like, kind of trippy moments in Alan Wake, if I'm not misunderstood, but Super Mario Bros. Wonder, it's this crazy, like, claymation animated spectacle. Mario dashes. He's got that little foot gimmick going on where there's, like, a billion feet just dashing real quick. I don't know. I think it's a very insane-looking game.
Agreed. I mean, I don't have too much more to say on this also, but Super Mario Brothers Wonder, I really enjoyed looking at that game. Like I said, completely charming game.
I mean, it's just something totally different than anything else that I've played.
It's different. Lies of P is dark and brooding.
Lies of P, it is cool to see that it got nominated for something. I didn't notice that it got nominated.
Yeah, this was obviously a shorter category.
Best score or music. Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 16 1, Hi-Fi Rush, and Tears of the Kingdom. I'm really surprised Hi-Fi Rush didn't win.
But can you really have that on this list? Is it fair if Hi-Fi Rush has like real songs?
Does it have like real songs?
I think it does. Again,
like
okay,
licensed songs?
I think so. And I'll preface this in the fact that I did not play Hi-Fi Rush only because I downloaded it on Game Pass and it did not have controller support for my PlayStation controller, and then I just forgot about it.
Oh, you don't got an Xbox controller?
No, I don't have an Xbox controller.
Man, you gotta get an Xbox controller.
Some games on Game Pass support the PlayStation controller.
Yeah,
what the hell?
Some do.
But okay, so that's bad on them. Okay, that's on them.
Well, even still though, I think going for real though on if a best score in music to me, saying score and music, like. A game could have licensed music, and if it uses it in a great way, I can't remember Hi-Fi Rush having any licensed music, but if you, like, there are games that have trailers with music that make these trailers so iconic. Like, I know, like, one of the latest Modern Warfare 3 real quick, Grand Theft Auto 6 had Tom Petty, didn't it?
Yeah, it did, and a deep cut Tom Petty song.
Yeah. But one of the Modern Warfare 3 trailers used, I can't think of that, Let Yourself Go, is it that Eminem song? I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah.
That trailer was awesome, and it's honestly why I bought the game.
Wow.
Dude, I was like, oh, wait, this looks badass.
That's what Eminem got you.
It did, though. I mean, so I really don't think it necessarily matters. I haven't played 16. I do own it. I forgot. I bought it on Black Friday.
That's another thing that this Game Awards did is made me want to play Final Fantasy 16 more. I think that's going to be a game that I play on my own, not on stream, because Final Fantasy 16 is like a game that I know is made for me, and I only because I love growing up playing Final Fantasy, but I've always felt like the stories have been a little bit, I don't know, kid gloves-esque on all these stories, and now Final Fantasy 16 has finally hit an adult narrative where there's, I mean, higher stakes, and people are dying, and people are cursing, and people are, falling in love, and blah blah blah. To the way where I'm looking for prestige storytelling, like The Last of Us, who have done it in spades, and finally it's made that jump. It's for me. I know I need to play it, and I know I need to just sit down and really absorb it. Love me some Game of Thrones meets Final Fantasy. I gotta see it. Yeah. I gotta play it. Do I have 120 hours?
Is it 120 hours long?
I don't know.
Oh,
It's gotta be
dude.
something.
I thought
that.
it was actually
I thought it was
actually kind of short.
really good. Then I'm playing
Maybe.
it.
I don't know.
I'm
I don't
in.
know.
I'm in.
When I say short, I don't mean like in like 20 hours, maybe like 40.
Time to beat. Somebody looking up. I find myself going more to howlongtobeat.com on games than I ever have.
Yeah, me too. Which I feel kind of sad about. That's a different
old.
topic.
That's why we old.
Yeah. Best audio design: Alan Wake 2, Dead Space, Hi-Fi Rush, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4. Hi-Fi Rush won, which makes sense. I remember saying that. It makes sense. A rhythm game should probably win best audio design. Nothing much else to say there, I feel, unless you got something there.
Nope. Sounds good to me. I never played Hi-Fi Rush, but you're absolutely right. If it was Guitar Hero, I would have said the same thing.
Best performance: Ben Starr, Cameron Monaghan. Oh yeah, which is should probably say Ben Starr plays Final Fantasy 16. Cameron plays the main Jedi and Jedi Star
also
Wars
in
Shameless. Yeah, and Shameless. I literally can't envision him without seeing that.
Idris Elba, obviously, sexiest man alive. Idris Elba.
Yep. He also plays Knuckles in the Sonic movies.
Yeah, he does. And I hear his
getting his
voice
own
is
show
better in that and then in this.
Oh, really?
That's what I've heard. But...
Melanie Liburd, Alan Wake 2, Neil Newbin, who won in Baldur's Gate 3. He plays isn't he like an elf?
Arian.
It's like he's
like a dark elf.
If you're watching and you look up Baldur's Gate 3 characters, he's probably like the first one on Google.
Yes, he's on and like he's on the main box art also. Astarian's character, definitely the best one of them.
Yuri Lowenthal.
They're all good.
Marvel Spider-Man 2. Yeah, I would say from what I know of these, my order would probably because I played a little bit of Baldur's Gate 3. I met the character. I love the performance so far in it, and I'm sure the character gets deeper and stuff. I also really loved Yuri Lowenthal in Spider-Man. He plays Peter Parker. He plays a couple other characters, like in a bunch of. He's a big voice actor. Big profile.
Interesting. Yeah. I'm not sure if I haven't played Spider-Man 2, but obviously Baldur's Gate has tremendous voice actors. That game is just great. And of course, I have to imagine the amount of work that went into it, recording all of those lines.
Oh, yeah, dude, it's probably
a billion voice lines or something. It's a big undertaking. But that guy was great. Astarian. In that, I know a lot of people fell in love with those characters, and it has a lot to do with the voice acting.
Innovation and accessibility: Diablo 4, Forza Motorsport, which won, Hi-Fi Rush, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Mortal Kombat 1, Street Fighter 6. There's not a ton to say.
Hi-Fi Rush, obviously, because you can't use your PlayStation controller on Game Pass. What the fuck?
It's not even on PlayStation. Is probably why.
What kind of accessibility is that?
But in all seriousness, I don't know how to word it, but I guess other than I am thankful that, that there is games are getting more accessible. I do have some hearing issues, and games like Fortnite add there's a little ring around your character that'll play let you know when an audio is playing, and that's cool. I want to say it's very odd to me that a Ubisoft game that I'm aware of has never been nominated in here, and honestly, they are some of the most honestly Ubisoft games were the first games I ever noticed prompted right away, had text narration immediately, tell you this is what the menu says, in case you can't read the small text. It props all the accessibility options. So it's very odd to me how every year they put a big focus on this, and Ubisoft's never. I mean, I'm sure they maybe have gotten nominated. I think this year category is 3 years running, so maybe. But I think they deserve it. It's very odd to me. It's very odd to me.
That's a good take. I never thought of it that way. It's interesting. I don't have too much to say about this one, but.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, I would like to see some more... Obviously, you're absolutely right. More accessibility in games, get more people to play who can't, or can't visually see or audio or controller-wise. Fantastic.
Yeah. Games for impact. I don't know any of these games. I just realized.
I don't think I've played Goodbye Volcano High.
Oh yeah,
I've
Goodbye
seen.
Volcano High. I remember seeing that in direct.
I have no idea what it's about.
Chia 1. We probably did this list in a bit of the wrong order.
Maybe,
We started with the biggest, and now we're getting to these were.
We could do a speed run.
Do a speed run.
Not to take away.
Yeah, not take away.
Impact. Okay,
Yeah.
Games for Impact.
Best ongoing game.
Yeah.
Oh, this is what
This was interesting. This was an interesting one.
Yeah, Cyberpunk 2077 won. Then there's also Apex Legends, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Genshin Impact. That's the one Genshin lost that I was talking about earlier. Cyberpunk, I do think, had an insane publicity turnaround. But
for sure.
Here's my take as someone that's aware of all these games. Like, not that I play them all, but I am very aware of what goes on in these games. I don't think Apex Legends should have won, and it didn't. That's my opinion. I don't think it's like, I know people complain constantly about the state of that game. I think their collab game is like, they're trying, but is very weak still. I know they got posted. I saw that, and I was not very happy.
Stupidest thing I've ever seen. But
dude, it should have been in Fortnite. Like, that makes more sense for Fortnite to me. I know they had the Post Malone collab, but like, there's nothing really Post Malone about it, which is more my thing about collabs. I want you to look at something and know it's from that. I want to be a walking advertisement. I don't care.
Right.
I don't care.
You want face tattoos on your character.
Let me play as the Blood Hunter guy. I can't think of his name, but he's got that sense where you like can see the footsteps.
Bloodhound. Yeah.
Bloodhound. Let me play as him them as Post Malone. How about that?
Give me a posty skin.
Give me a couple posty skins. But going off track there. That one. It's Final Fantasy 14. Huge community support all the time from it. The game is constantly getting updates, constantly getting these other crossovers. They had like a Nier crossover in the past. They had Yokai Watch crossover in the past. I mean, it's just kind of weird. I think and then Fortnite is the one I really think should have won to me. And that's probably a big bias, but just hear me out for a second. There is no better live service game than Fortnite right now, especially with the Lego Fortnite, the racing mode, this music mode they're putting out, the Battle Royale. I mean, just recently, 5 days ago, now granted it was before the Game Awards actually happened, but they just hit like a new peak of players since their tracker's been up of 11 million people on at once playing the game. That means 11 million people actually playing, not just even sitting in the lobby. Like, tracker doesn't count people in the lobby. It's like people actually in a match all at once. Can you
not
imagine,
just watching a concert.
Can you just even imagine? It's so hard for me to visualize like 11.5 million people. Like, I just can't even picture that. Like, it's just crazy to me, and that it hasn't won since I think 2018. I think it's.
Yeah, can I just play a tiny bit of devil's advocate?
Yeah, what's up?
I'm going to preface that by saying, yes, I 100% agree with you. Fortnite is the all-being ongoing game, right? It's just a testament to how large and great it's been over the years. But can you have an award that one game wins every single year?
No, well, I mean, that just to me shows that maybe other games should step it up. I don't know. Live service games are not that great, in my opinion. And honestly, Fortnite was kind of making me really cringe. They want to do this whole metaverse thing, and I'm like, that sounds stupid, because Facebook's was really stupid. And then I'm like, oh, Lego Fortnite is their metaverse. Okay, wait, I'll let them cook. I think the two realistic contenders that should have been in here. I get why Cyberpunk's in here, but the whole reason why Cyberpunk is like getting this huge appraisal of a story in the first place, I don't think it would have been the same if the game was like finished and polished at launch. Like,
yes,
I mean, it would have been still big and very relevant. Like, the show still would have happened and that stuff, and the DLC. But I don't think it's like this like really impressive story, but like at the same time, you know, it's not developers' faults, it's investors' faults. I want to be clear with that. It's not like they were just sitting at a computer pressing one button all day. No, it's people that wanted higher up, want to rush it.
These programmers, what the hell are they doing?
But in all seriousness, it's like no one would care as much, I don't think.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Nobody would care as much, but
I do
testament to them.
Right.
You know, they took that investor hit.
Yeah.
It was easy to cut and run, right? They got
Yeah.
so much money, they could cut and run. They could
Yeah.
put it on the side and start working on
I
something
will
else, but
say
they didn't.
it is credible that they went back, fixed it, and did all this stuff. This category always feels weird every year, seeing what gets nominated and what gets picked, and it's like it's not like I want to say Fortnite should win, because Final Fantasy 14 also puts out these insane spectacle of DLCs. So
Yes,
I don't
I
know.
will say that as an addict of Final Fantasy 14, I can also say that they do put out a lot of shit
Yeah.
constantly. But the
Yes.
game is just, it's kind of, even though they're putting out a lot all the time,
It's
the same.
Yeah, it's the
Same
same. And
game.
it's MMO.
Let's raise the level cap up 10 more levels, and you get one new job where you've got to work on your rotations.
Instead of fishing,
Instead of
you work on your fishing line skills.
That's it. You got to do a threading line.
Yeah, threading line. I
But
feel
that
like
means you need to press X over and over again to get that up.
I'm pretty sure a looming skill is a thing
Oh,
in that game.
that's gotta be it, dude.
So we lost there.
Yeah, instead of pressing X circle X when you're fighting the boss, you now press X circle X.
Oh,
So boom, there you go. New content, ship it.
Overall, though, not a bad category still.
Yeah,
even though I don't 100% agree.
Yeah. Okay, let's move it on.
Community support.
Move it along.
Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077, Destiny 2. I don't know why that's up there. Final Fantasy 14, No Man's Sky. But best community support. I don't know how they judge this.
Yeah,
Baldur's
same.
Gate.
I don't know how.
Like if we're talking about people being vocal and stuff, and like what the community is doing for these games, and this is like one I also thought about. Baldur's Gate 3 makes sense to be up there. People are always talking about it and making like mods and stuff, and just doing all this stuff about it. It's really cool.
Yeah, I don't really understand this one.
Yeah,
too much.
It's probably just like if how the community's participating in the game online and offline.
Maybe it's like Baldur's Gate, they're finding new lines and they're finding new ways to break the game. Maybe
and
it's like
I'm
that.
sure it's like fan art stuff, like people doing
God.
streams and things.
Why
like
are we
that.
celebrating people's
Dave,
sexy fan art?
Hey, whoa, you made it sexy. You made it sexy. I just said fan art. I just said fan art.
That's true. I did go there. Well, if there was a category for horniest game on this list,
it would be Fortnite. I mean, yeah, Baldur's Gate.
Oh, far But what it did for I have a whole tight 10 minutes.
I gotta put this on YouTube. I gotta put this on YouTube to remember that before whatever you're about to say.
Community support. Let's go Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense. That I looking at the rest of it makes sense. Independent game. Oh, how did Dave the Diver not win?
That's the number one independent game I've heard of.
Yeah, it's not an independent game. They looked at it, saw pixel graphic. Oh, independent game. Pixels equal retro equal low budget. It's like, do you not know what companies own these? Like, I do think there's a discussion for this like weird like independent games. Do have a textbook definition?
Hold on a second here. I'm not under what this is best independent game, and the next best. Okay, sorry, not to derail us. The next one's best debut indie game. What the fuck? Okay, but okay, keep going. Yeah.
The whole thing about it is like independent games are kind of weird because like when you like the textbook definition is a little odd, and I can't really exactly remember, but like in some technicalities and like depending on how serious you are, from if I probably am wrong, but like big games that are like games like Apex Legends couldn't be an indie game because it's EA, which EA owns the sub company Respawn that does that. But like Fortnite is Epic Games. Epic Games is owned by Epic Games. Does that make an indie game because it's one company? And I think a layer like Baldur's Gate 3 I think could technically be up here too. If I'm not
independent
wrong.
studio, Epic Games.
Yeah,
they're doing it on their own.
But like it's kind of weird, I do think it should be viewed as a size, budget, and all that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, Sea of Stars took it. I've heard.
Which I've heard. I watched. Shout out to Hey It's Her.
Yeah, her.
He was playing a lot of it. It looks really good. I need to play it before it leaves Game Pass.
Yeah, it looks really good. I've heard only good things. It's got that Chrono Trigger meets Super Mario RPG action. idea. Heard great things. Again, my taste in video games has evolved a little bit since then, but I would love to check this out. You know, I used to be a big Chrono Trigger guy, but you know, I can't. Like, I don't got time for those kind of games anymore. But I need to get in. Yes,
I'm skipping
Good.
down to best action game. Cause
Yeah, let's. Yeah, we're because we want to get to those trailers.
Yeah. Armored Core 6-1. I mean,
great action game.
Yeah, great action game. I haven't played it. I watched people play it.
Big news story. Remnant 2 coming out on Game Pass, which we should have seen coming. Because the first one was on Game Pass.
It was. It was on Game Pass, and I think it left. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was.
But
it was on.
It was at some point.
So I should have seen that coming, but I want to try that game. It looks fun as heck.
Yeah.
Armored Core 6, I have it. I want to finish it.
Very cinematic game.
Great action. Rockets.
Now, I guess apparently there's a big difference between action and action adventure. My bad.
Adventure
game.
Yeah,
my bad.
I get it. What did they just do? Adventure game. Or make it action-adventure game.
Alan Wake 2. Somehow, I'm surprised. Alan Wake 2 pretty much won almost every category it was in, other than like just 2. But Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. I mean, looking at the rest of these, like Marvel Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4. I mean, great games, but like that adventure aspect, especially in Resident Evil 4, it's more like a Metroid layout. It's kind of, to me, like you go one area and you go back to another area.
Also, it's a remake of a game,
right? I mean, like it's a good remake though. It's a really
it's a great remake, but like you know, it's happened already. You had Resident Evil.
I mean, like this. Yeah, like they don't really change the map other than to look new, which is like, I mean.
Did they change? You played it? Did they change the puzzles and stuff around?
I don't think so. No,
I mean, like, it's nice to be.
It is kind of weird. But I
mean, Zelda.
It's also possible there just wasn't any. Like, I can't really think of that many action adventure games this year.
Yeah.
So Zelda, it probably helps a bit. Best RPG. Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 16, Lies of P, Sea of Stars, Starfield, Baldur's Gate 3. I mean, pretty much that game won like almost every single category it was in.
Yep. I mean, it is the best RPG out there. I think if there's one thing you could say about Baldur's Gate 3 is that it's an RPG.
Yeah, it's an RPG.
So,
I mean, it is literally a role-playing game. It's not. It shouldn't really be a question.
Although nice to see Starfield nominated for something.
I do think it's odd Starfield got nominated for nothing else. Maybe I need to play it and confirm that it's just that bad. But I just think it seems odd. Anyways, though, it is cool to see Xbox games consistently appearing a little more Xbox-owned games, and that they are maybe trying to make games. Best fighting game, Street Fighter 6-1. I mean.
I thought it was the best fighting game. It's also the only fighting game I played this year.
Like, honestly, out of the stuff of here, Mortal Kombat 1.
Mortal Kombat 1.
I mean, it's okay. I mean,
people love it.
And people love it. Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2, it looks very silly. I like it. I need to buy it once it's on sale. It's a very silly little Smash-like game, but you can play as Garfield. That should have made it one, anyways. Street Fighter 6. Street Fighter 6. I was saying in the last episode, I thought I was going to get nominated for Game of the Year. Honestly,
same.
It gets in a similar vein of Cyberpunk, but in a little different. You know, Street Fighter 5 kind of sucked, stinky. They fixed it a little bit, and then Street Fighter 6 is like, yeah, we're for real. We're back with Street Fighter, and they are.
I'm gonna play that right now. I'm going over to get my fight stick behind me. I'm playing it.
Best family game, Super Mario Bros. Wonder.
Easy.
Easy. Best sim strategy game, Pikmin 4, which honestly did surprise me. It was the only game the audience actually went nuts over, which really no, seriously, they were like they said Advance Wars 1 2, and like everything, someone was like cheering and stuff. Pikmin 4, people were like, yeah, people love Pikmin.
Olimar,
dude, people love Pikmin now, and it's kind of crazy because it's like
it looks good.
Yeah, I have all of them. I just haven't played them. The thing for me is like, I got Pikmin 3. Well, I really should play 1 and 2. And then I saw 4 for a good deal. I'm like, I get that. And then now I got 1 and 2. Now I just make an excuse not to play it.
Now you can just collect your Pikmin copies and throw them at things the way that you would do your Pikmin.
Yeah. Best. Yeah, exactly. Best sports racing. Forza 1. I mean, it's in my opinion, it's
not really playing any racing games.
I mean, it's really not surprising. Forza, like, if we're looking for best, like, it's the most accurate, it's the best visually.
Those cars look like cars.
They look
like some car-ass cars.
Yeah, I mean, Hot Wheels Unleashed. Have you seen the cars? I have seen the cars. I played it. It's fun. I mean, it's a good racing game. And I'm getting more into cars and stuff. And I mean, like,
saw those cars.
I did see those cars, and when you look at them, they're cars. Woo! Best multiplayer game presented by Discord. Thanks, Discord. Baldur's Gate 3. Wow. Honestly, Diablo 4, Party Animals, Street Fighter 6, Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Honestly, like,
I'm gonna have to disagree with this big time.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 I played a bit in multiplayer and it's fun, but it can also very easily stand on its own as a single player game, which is very impressive for a D&D game to somehow be good as a single player game. Very impressive.
I think what you're trying to say is, as a CRPG video game, to be standing in a multiplayer game, D&D in itself is a multiplayer experience.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's to me, it's just impressive that it's a D&D like game. It's very D&D heavy.
Yes, it is 100%.
That's why I'm saying it's very impressive to me that's able to stand on its own, being something so multiple people. No, but I'm saying it's like when you play alone.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I mean, I have to just like take a little disagreement there, because to me, these games, Baldur's Gate 1, Baldur's Gate 2, Temple of Elemental Evil, Icewind Dale, Neverwinter Nights, these have all been CRPG games, exactly like Baldur's Gate 3, but single solitary experiences. And when you bring other people into that, I feel like it bastardizes it completely, which is I can't possibly see playing Baldur's Gate 3 with other people. And I know that might just be a me thing, but I'm the main character, not anybody else, and this is my story. I'm not trying to like get anybody else.
I have no say either way for this one. I was just saying it's really cool to me they can make D&D single player games, which is odd that it works. So that's what I was trying to say, that it's weird that it works so well for something that's so multiple people based. It's because they make great characters to fill in for that, and that all makes sense.
Like, this is the type of game that I want to sit down and I want to read every line and I want to look at every box and I want to open up everything, and that's why I haven't gotten through it, because it's so I need I need to drink a Red Bull before I play, because I got to be focused, I'm looking at every little thing and clicking everywhere, and I can't spend that energy anymore. But I would not call it a multiplayer game, and I know people love it as a multiplayer experience. I would never call it a multiplayer game, which surprises me. Diablo 4, on the other hand,
that one's fun. I think that was the one I was hoping was going to win.
That would have been on one of my Game of the Year lists for sure. I really enjoyed Diablo 4. I really liked playing it with friends. Mm-hmm. I mean, that game is just fun. I think about going back to playing that game now, and as they come out with all these updates. I'm
waiting for the expansion. That's what I'm waiting for.
And then it'll be on for best ongoing game next year.
Yep.
But interesting category.
Yeah, I'm gonna skip to I think this should be our last one, most anticipated game.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. I don't care about content creator of the year.
Everything else is esports. We're not on there. Next year, of course. Next year. Most anticipated game: Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which won. Hades 2, Like a Dragon: Infinite Wealth, Star Wars Outlaws, Tekken 8.
Yeah,
honestly, really? You agree?
I mean,
all these like.
Oh, no. Opinion. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. Hades too.
Yeah, that's me. That's Hades also me.
Too.
That's how I met you.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
That's how I met you through Hades. Hades streams on Twitch.
A little hit back of the history here. Random playing Hades after the fact. I was just looking through I was playing on Twitch, playing a little Hades. Game's great. Going through, say, I'm going to end stream. Let me find somebody who looks cool. And who did I come across? None other than Ty Plays More. But he was just Ty Plays back then. He wasn't playing more back then. He was just playing.
I was just playing.
And I just popped in there and I said, "What's up?" And we started talking. And then the rest is history.
It's history.
So Hades 2 comes around when there's a multiplayer aspect. We're playing it, right?
Dude, is there a multiplayer aspect?
I don't know.
Oh, dude,
if there is.
Oh wait, we gotta talk. Wait, I'm waiting for announcements. Yeah, but yeah, Hades 2 for me. Honestly, my order from the most anticipated is Hades 2, Tekken 8, and then I'd probably put Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. I need to finish Remake. Star Wars Outlaws shouldn't really be here because they showed like a smidge of that game. Just
I don't even know.
Bit.
I can't even picture what that game is going to be like.
I'm very interested. I'm very cautious, but I do think Ubisoft's scale of open world games with another company could be a recipe for a good ass game. But then Like a Dragon, which is the Yakuza series, it changed its name to match the overseas name. People love it. I mean, the parts I've played of them is really fun. They're long games and there's a bunch of them. But
I really should do myself a favor and play the Yakuza games. The only ones that I've ever been actually interested in playing is that the first Like a Dragon with the one. No, I don't know if it's the first one.
Or you talking about that's
the one that has the class
Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Yeah, the one that's got the RPG elements. That's the one that's
the one I first started. Yeah, dude, it's really good.
I want to play that one. I want to play it, and it's on Game Pass, I think, right? So
I think it is now. Yeah, I think it is now.
But like the other Yakuza's just always struck me as like a weird Grand Theft Auto style game, and I know it's not.
I was gonna say. I think you'll like them. They're all on Game Pass.
But it looks like kind of clunky combat.
It's not. It's really
it's not good combat.
It's pretty fun. I mean, it's not like the. It's not like a. It's. I don't know. Yeah. I would give it a shot. Give it a shot.
Give the Yakuza a shot.
It's a cool
I would love
story.
to visit Osaka again, in whatever they call it now, and I want to go into Don Quixote or whatever they call it in the game. I want to go to these places. I mean, that's a lot of fun. So I should check that out. I need to give it a shot. Yakuza.
All right, game announcements now?
Let's talk. Okay, so yeah, let's focus now on the game announcements because that's the other big part of the Game Awards, right? Is what's coming down the pike. What are they showing off? Where are the graphics? Let's talk about the announcements.
I think let's start at the bottom so we don't go to the don't go because so we don't use the best. So
Okay, starting from the bottom, now we're here. Okay.
Yeah, so, I mean, unless there's one you specifically see, I'll probably skip some of these because it's just updates and stuff. But I'm going to start at the very bottom with a StarCraft-like game. I don't remember too much about it. It's called Stormgate.
I didn't really watch this one.
Yeah, but I just want to say that, Microsoft, I know you're totally listening. Maybe make a new StarCraft. All right, moving on up to...
you heard that, Microsoft. StarCraft out there. They love it in South Korea. They've all been calling for it. StarCraft 3. I would personally like World of StarCraft.
I'll take anything from the series.
Or StarCraft Ghost. Can we revive that? Is that coming out? I did like that.
Let people make games.
Yeah, let them make games now that they're not under the thumb of Activision.
Yeah.
Simu Liu was there, and apparently he really liked StarCraft. So cool.
I'm moving up to the fresh look at the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League.
Wait, you don't want to talk about Asgard's Wrath?
I don't know.
Lame. Yeah,
it
was lame.
Yeah.
GTFO made me want to actually get GTFO out there, and I heard
it does look cool.
GTFO is supposed to be a very interesting game if you've got friends who are really coordinated, and I think me and my friends are gonna play this because it's coming out soon. I think, or
it's soon,
or something. So I think I'm gonna check that out. Very good. You don't want to say anything about Honkai Star Rail?
No, we already said all the negativity. I think.
Did we? Did we say enough?
No. I don't know.
Honkai Star Rail. No more Genshin Impact. I'm sorry. That's it. You had a good run. Stick to gachapon machines and all that. I'm done with you. Okay.
Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
I'm cautious on this. Games with like the loot system they originally showed. This game has been pushed back so many times, but I do think it looks very fun, like gunplay wise. But games that start getting all these random stats, it gets so bloated, and the stats start to not mean anything. Literally, a perfect example is Anthem that had a bunch of stats. The failed EA Destiny Killer game was like really cool and stuff, but just it sucked. Games that got games that start adding so many random stats to all this loot, and they just everything, you have to always be dropping what you have. It just is stupid to me.
Yeah, well, I mean, if they keep that bloat out of it, I think it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm also cautiously optimistic about it because I've been seeing trailers and stuff too, and it looks like traversal's a lot of fun in that game, which I know a lot of those games have gotten wrong. I don't really care for the character.
What games? Because these are the people that made the Batman.
Oh no, not these.
Oh,
not
I was about to say, I was like, bro,
I mean a lot of other games in general. If you get traversal right, then that could turn the whole game around.
I think this is like their equivalent to Marvel Avengers.
Yeah.
And that game was terrible to move around in.
Think about Anthem, how fun that game was to move around in, but the rest of the game was shit. People love talking about how good it is to move around.
The movement was awesome.
Armored Core is another one. So good to move around in. If they can nail that, it would be fantastic.
Yeah, this looks fun. This looks fun.
Action looks good.
Yeah.
I don't really care about the characters, frankly. I don't care about Boomerang or other Boomerang guy.
I don't know. I like the
King Shark is cool. Yeah. Is Sly Stallone coming back to voice him or no?
I don't know. Probably not.
Lame. No,
probably a real voice actor.
Again, I don't really care about Harley Quinn either. So yeah, they'll get a real voice actor.
Yeah, they'll probably.
But I'm cautiously optimistic of this. I hope it's going to be as fun as it looks.
I hope there's more characters some point.
My anticipation ticked up a little bit on this.
Yeah, mine did too. I really do hope that after this they let them there's a team updating it because it's somewhat a live service game. Actually, important note, it's apparently getting an offline mode eventually, which is really cool for the longevity of this. If I ever want to go back if the servers die or something. That is
wow. Okay,
huge win for single player.
Interesting.
Alone.
Think about that statement right there. Video games now are coming offline, and that's a big deal. What? It's the video games.
Yeah.
Be able to play offline, but
it's weird. That's a big deal. It's weird.
Yeah.
I'm gonna skip the Matchless Kung Fu Arc Knights. Yeah.
What the fuck is this Arc Knights? I saw this. I'm like, come on.
I think
really? We're doing this again?
I think it's another Hoyoverse game.
That's what I'm saying. Enough.
I don't know. It looks like a mobile game to me.
It looks like Genshin in the future.
Yeah, which is, I think, their next move, actually. I could be wrong. I'm not trying to hate on stuff before it's out. I don't know. Anyways, the World of Goo 2 was very random. I remember the first one vaguely on the Wii, and then it got a Switch version. Physics games are cool. That's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with this one. I vaguely remember the first one like you. But okay, World of Goo. All right, we're in. But again, if we could just go back to what we were talking about in the very beginning of the show, could you have cut World of Goo 2 out and saved 2 minutes? Could you have cut another Hoyoverse out?
I think this was the pre-show though.
Oh, it was? Oh, okay.
I think it was.
Okay.
But the other thing definitely was in the middle of it, and I was very confused.
Yeah. I'm saying just to save some time and then bring in more of what the video games is about, I think they could do some of that. Okay.
Yeah. Thrasher, which is a Thumper sequel. I vaguely remember playing a bit of Thumper. It's a rhythm game on rails. Rhythm games are cool. It looked very trippy. I had no clue what was going on, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna be into it because I literally couldn't tell what you're controlling in this one. There's some weird hexagonal dragon thing going across the screen at times. I don't know. But I want to say this next thing was probably my second favorite thing that they got announced was Windblown, which is by the Dead Cell studio. Yes. This game looks awesome. Probably be the 2025 kind of hurt. I don't even know if this one got a 2020. I think it did at the end. I don't know. It hurt though. No less. I want it. I want it now. But it was as you were saying earlier, it's giving Hades.
It's giving Hades right now. Well, I mean, Dead Cells was such a good game. Yeah, it's so snappy, but made by a very, very small team. So did they expand the team? Or is it the same team?
Either way, I think we're looking at something awesome.
A co-op Dead Cells-esque game. Yeah. Oh my god, dude, sign me up.
And it was from the perspective of Hades, and it looked like it had Dead Cells aesthetic in a way. At least the animated stuff.
Yeah, it had
not
that Hades
pixely. It looked like Hades meets Dead Cells. I'm here for it.
Yeah,
I'm
come
in.
on. How could you can't lose? Hades was great. Dead Cells was great. Dead Cells was snappy. I loved everything about Dead Cells. I think about going back to playing Dead Cells over and over and over again. I really should. Yeah, and the art style looks excellent. So cute little characters. So, we got a lot going on with this one.
I'm trying to scroll up here to just think of. Oh, the first Descendants was the Matthew McConaughey.
Wait. Sorry, there's one I really am excited for.
What's up?
Pony Island 2. I can't tell you how much I loved Inscription.
Oh yeah, this was the Inscription game.
Oh yeah, Daniel Mullins. That's the one developer guy who made Inscription and he made Pony Island 1, and I think he did like Frog Fractions, if I'm not mistaken.
I totally forgot. This was. I had no clue what this. I remember seeing this, and I was like, "This looks cool," and I totally forgot this was the name of the game.
Pony Island, right?
Yeah.
Well, so that's what he did. He did. So here's the thing. He made Pony Island 1, and I didn't play it, but I've gotten the gist of it, where it was like a lot like Inscription, right? It flips the script. You're not playing what you think you're playing. Like, it becomes like very interesting and more in-depth. He's done the same thing in Inscription. Inscription was, it probably,
I haven't played Inscription.
Oh my God. It was probably my game of the year for that year, because it did things with the medium that you just don't expect, that only video games could do. It told a story in only a way that video games could, through the gameplay, through the graphics, through the different changes in storytelling that you wouldn't be able to get from a movie or a book or a TV show, only through video games. It was fantastic. The story was great. It kept me on the edge of my seat constantly. I was a little bit uncomfortable playing the whole game, which was a great feeling. A little bit scary, not scary, off-putting. And then, of course, it was card-based, and it was a very good card-style roguelike game, right? Now, the issue here is a lot of people have played Inscription. It came out, it says from the creator of Inscription. How can he do what he did in Inscription to surprise people again without doing the same tricks? People are expecting it, right? I'm expecting a change in genre in the middle of the game. I'm expecting a change in graphics in the middle of the game. I'm expecting, immersive storytelling that would come out in real life. I'm going to be going to the Wikipedia to find the, what do they call those games that happen in real life that go into the game? Like, he'll put like a coordinate out there where you got to go dig up a treasure chest in Nebraska to find something.
Find the One Piece.
Yeah. Like, how can he surprise people again? That's what I'm most excited for. And also, the game looks interesting, and the trailer itself. Watch the trailer out there if you're listening to this and you haven't seen the trailer. It makes like kind of like the hairs on your neck stick up like a little bit. Like, you're like, well, this is a little uncomfortable. So I'm excited for this one.
I'll have to try it.
Oh, you gotta play Inscription.
Because like all these words you're saying, like I'm like hearing them. I'm like, I have nothing. I heard it's good to like not know a ton about it.
Exactly.
They're just kind of coming at me, and I have nothing to like put it to, if that makes sense.
Good.
So I'm like, yeah, the game does things that happen. Yep, I agree.
That was easily my game of the year, and I'm very excited for this. But yeah, that's all I'll say about that. Watch the trailer out there if you're listening.
The First Descendant is what I was going to get to next, unless there's something here.
Yeah. No.
Matthew McConaughey is apparently in it. I don't know how he's in it. I thought he would have like narrated something in the trailer.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird. I could have noticed. I mean, it's possible. I don't know.
I did not see him in there.
I will say,
I didn't hear him say, all right. So I knew he was not in there.
I will say, I am shocked this game it started out super cinematic, and I'm like, oh my god, cinematic trailers off the bat. And then it actually had gameplay. I gotta give respect to that, because like I'm sick of games that are just not gonna reflect what the game is at all.
Wait, I think hold on a second. Was it the First Descendant that was this game, or was it something else?
Or was this? Oh no, this was something else. This was like, well, this. I guess it's real quick. This highlights my biggest problem about it is that these like suits in outer space all are starting to look the same, which is crazy to me. So never mind. Yeah, it's not the First Descendant. Thanks for catching
Another
it.
Generic.
The First Descendant I thought was Death Stranding for a second though.
Yeah, I did too, because it had that same environment.
It had literally the same exact environment. The water, the rocks. It's literally gray rock rocks with like mossy green grass.
Space Ireland is
and
out there.
And the suits are like very Death Stranding-esque, and it apparently has nothing to do with it. It's like it's insane how like these stories want to go to these worlds, this outer space and stuff, and like they start to all look the same. How do you do that? You're telling me you can make these crazy rocket ships, but you can't make a new suit that doesn't look like every other game? It's crazy. Yep.
Damn, he went there.
Mecha Break is what I want to talk about next. I thought this was. It started out looking like it was gonna be like Armored Core 6 DLC cross Gundam, like actual Gundam, and I'm like, that's crazy. I mean, that's cool. And no, it's like its own game from neither of these. And I'm like, I'll take a look. I'll keep an eye on it. I mean, I don't know.
It definitely looks like Gundam. It definitely looks like this would be a Gundam-ass Gundam game.
It looks like Gundam Armored Core.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be Virtua On. Do you remember that game?
I do. Yeah. That would have been cool.
Interesting. I'll keep an eye on this. I loved Armored Core. I love. Gundam is cool. Can't say that I love Gundam, but interesting. I
cool.
Little Zone of the Enders out there too. So like flying around, shooting shit. Cool. I'll keep an eye on that. Not burning out to pre-order, but
Space Marine 2.
Oh, they're making another Warhammer game. Interesting. What year is this? 2023? Oh my god. Okay, so Warhammer, the 40,001 game is out, I guess.
No, but this game, come on, man. This game actually looks really cool. This is like the one Warhammer game I'm interested in.
Okay, I'll keep an eye on it, but they say that about it.
No, I did not. I have no. I will say no. No, dude. I have not been interested. No, this is like the good one.
Okay.
I swear to God, I have not been interested in any of those other ones. I tried Dark Tide. I thought it was boring. I uninstalled like after like 5 seconds.
Okay, this is the good one.
Dude, no, it looks like a hack and slash, but you're playing as this bulky space marine guy and got all these weapons and stuff. It's kind of like a little bit of a Warriors game, but you got like the arsenal of like Metroid and Halo at your side. It looks really cool. I mean, I don't know. I'm like, the thing is, like, I'm genuinely interested in it, and I'm very surprised.
Oh, good. So that hits both of the important things for like a trailer, right?
Yeah.
You've got people who are genuinely interested in the game,
like
and you're surprised that it launched, and you've got gameplay in there, and you've got good cinematics. Like, this needed to be in the Game Awards.
Yeah,
this trailer.
It's been like kind of up in the air when it's actually coming out because it got announced a while ago, and then. I don't know if it actually ever got a date. I don't know if it's been pushed back or I think they just kept saying it's progressing. I don't know if it ever got pushed back, but see it get a release date or at least a new one was cool.
Very exciting. I'm excited. If you're excited, I'm excited.
Now we can talk about Hoyoverse again after this.
Oh, yeah. Wait, okay, hold on.
No more Hoyoverse.
Is this another Hoyoverse game? Zenless Zone
Zero? Zenless
Zone Zero. Oh, what? Oh, yeah, I saw this. I saw this when it came up. ZZZ. That's exactly what I said to myself.
That's what my friend said. That's what one of my friends said.
That's a low hanging fruit joke right there.
Well, they kind of did.
They did it to themselves. Those. All right, ZZZ snore done.
I'm scrolling.
Last Sentinel, this one right here. I mean, look, nice cinematic. What is it? Who knows? Again, I think this is a trailer that could have been cut from the Game Awards only because what are they showing? Like, what is this? Like, you're not showing me anything here. Okay, you put a nice trailer together. That's cool. That could have been a short on Netflix. I don't give a shit. Okay, sorry. Next one.
I'm down as dusk falls. I don't really remember anything about this one, so I'm just gonna keep going. Rise of the Golden Idol. Yep, it's definitely a game coming out. It's a mystery game. I don't know. The Outlast Trials trailer was definitely one I felt could have been cut. It was like showing every single little thing. I mean, it's cool that they incorporated like streamers and stuff in this trailer. That is cool. Like recognize people that are helping make these games popular. I mean, admittedly, it's part of the truth. But it
Right.
felt like the trailer is showing every single thing. This is what I want to give credit. One of my friends that was watching this basically said this. That they just look like they're showing every single thing that could happen, try to make it look as crazy as possible, and I kind of don't want to buy it. Like I don't like not literally in the sense of like I don't feel like the game is that crazy as it's making it. Outlast games are horrifying, but like
Wait. You're telling me that streamers are making something look more interesting
no,
than it actually
I'm
is?
saying that the trailer is
Because I
taking...
never would have thought that.
No. I'm not saying no. I'm not hating. No. Let me clear this out real quick. I'm not saying the streamers. I'm saying they took parts of the streamers losing their minds at parts of the game, but all the parts of the game are like the super most interesting pieces of the game. Like that is.
Now, I would say that it is just streamers losing their mind at something that they probably are just putting on a show for their their audience.
Maybe.
And I know there are certain games that are built for that.
Well, it kind of. I don't
only
know.
Up.
Did you see what was going on though?
It did look very, very interesting.
It's gross.
It looked
gross.
like a scary, gross version of
it was
Phasmophobia
it looked like
Lethal Company.
It looked like Saw the video game.
It looked like Saw the video game. But streamers and content creators are supposed to be in front of the camera losing their mind because that's what gets them the views and that's what gets them the clips.
But not all of them were though. I was saying the
I'm
game.
sure some of them are
I'm
genuine
just specifically speaking about the gameplay. It was like constantly showing something happening, and obviously for a survival game, you don't want to show someone just crouched around for 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like it was so fast paced, trying to show me a bunch of stuff that could happen, where I probably just saw everything that could happen.
Oh, yeah, well, maybe so. And then maybe that kind of I see how you could lower the excitement on that. My excitement is, medium here. I'm sure this is going to be a lot of fun with friends. I'm sure it's going to be just like Phasmophobia, just like Lethal Company, just like, these other group games where something crazy is going to happen and you're going to shit your pants and you're going to be like, oh my God. But then it'll be a little, after a month, nobody's going to be playing it anymore. Like, I think that's what it's going to be like. But interesting. I probably won't play it because I'm too scared.
Yeah, I probably won't care because or play because I don't care. I'm going up to Black Myth Wukong. Game looks visually very crazy. Not much else to say than that.
I know a lot of people who are, the way that you are with Warhammer are with this game, highly anticipated, didn't expect to see something, gameplay footage out of it now. Like, I know this looks like a Dark Souls game, and I know it's tough for other developers to bottle that magic. But everybody who plays those games, who loves Elden Ring, is like, can somebody else do this?
It's got the weird creatures. It's got. I mean, it looks like it has the graphics, it has the gameplay. I think it's I'm guessing whenever this comes out, it says 2024. Oh wow, got a release date. I'm expecting this at next year's Game Awards.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm crossing my fingers because I love me some Dark Souls, love me some Elden Ring. Let's bring somebody else in there. I know Team Ninja tried to do it. I know Team Ninja had a trailer out for something. Let's see. I hope so. More Dark Souls-esque games that are good. I'm down.
Tale of Two Sons is getting a remake. I never played the first one. I know people love it.
Oh, that's a remake? I never played the first one either. I heard people like it too. I don't know too much about it. It's puzzly or something. You got two brothers solving puzzles.
It's by the guy that made Way Out and It Takes Two.
Oh, okay. So there you go. Co-op puzzles, things like that. Cool.
Hellblade Senua's Saga got a new trailer. I never played the first one. I really feel like I should. I'm insanely shocked how this game was announced at the Game Awards when they showed off the Xbox, or I think it was even ahead of that. I don't remember. Alongside the Xbox Series X getting revealed at the Game Awards one year, this game was also revealed, I'm pretty sure, and they're showing it, and it's like I was just like sitting there like, this is, I mean, it's real. It's not even just in-game engine. It's the game, and I'm like mind blown. Like, there's not
visually impressive.
Like gameplay wise, I'm not sure if there really is anything more than just kind of like walking around and let the story unfold. I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, there looks like there's some fighting and stuff, but
Yeah, that's what I was confused about with the first one. Also, like, is it just quick time events, the video game?
I just want to say though, technologically speaking and sound design wise, it's probably the most impressive game. Yeah, that does
heard that.
It's this new one looks like real life. Like
I've heard multiple people say that about the first game, exactly like you're saying. Hellblade 2, I mean, absolutely. It looks gorgeous. It looks realistic. I mean, the character model is crazy. If they do stuff with the audio design, from what I've heard that they do, the voices in your ears, they're making you feel a certain way. I'd be interested. Want to see, I want to see a little bit of action in my video games. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just I'm just
you're not alone.
Caveman here.
You're
Maybe
not
I just want to see some action.
I don't really do good with just strictly story games.
Yeah. Like if I'm going, I
want to be more involved.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to be delivered a story that I could only interact with through a video game lens, right? If I'm looking for just a narrative, I'll read a book. I'll watch a movie.
Mm-hmm.
I want to feel something in my hand. But anyway, I have a whole diatribe on that I've been talking about. Yeah. But interesting, very interesting. I'm excited. I know people love it. I would love it for them to be good too.
New Mana game, Visions of Mana.
Awesome.
I was kind of surprised. I kind of made a joke that it was, and then I was like, oh.
Oh shit! Yeah, I was surprised also. I like that.
I'm surprised no Nintendo Switch version, which makes me feel like a Nintendo Switch 2, possibly.
Oh, interesting.
I mean, it's kind of weird that this would skip that. I don't know. That's where like a big market of this is the PlayStation and Switch. It's cool to see Xbox actually get in on it. I'm kind of hoping Square Enix stops skipping Xbox, which means more chances at Game Pass games. Because I'm selfish.
There you go. I'm with you.
I want this next one. You got anything else to say about Mana? I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, well I've grown up as a Mana fan.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Again, back into my older days. One of the first. I never had a Super Nintendo, but I was a big ROM downloader.
Yeah, you're talking about Live Alive was like that.
Yeah. Same with Live Alive, whatever, Live Alive, however you pronounce it. But I never played Live Alive or Live Alive. But Mana games, I played the shit out of. Secret of Mana 1, great. And then Seiken Densetsu 3, which I guess was Secret of Mana 2 or something. Played the shit out of that when I was a kid. Truly one of the first good action RPGs on the Super Nintendo era. Oh, yeah.
I never...
And then Legend of Mana on the PlayStation. I have very, very fond memories of acquiring it from an old card store where we would play Magic the Gathering. They sold like 3 used games. Some like weird card guy behind the desk. I was like, what's this? Legend of Mana? Never heard of it. I know the Mana games. This is a sequel. Played it. Great game. Beautiful art style. Again, action combat, action RPG in an era that did not have a lot of action RPGs. It was great. It was numero uno. Now this is exciting. And again, I kind of have gone away from my weeb ways of early days, but this might take me back there.
I thought it looked cool visually.
It looks cool as heck.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was watching the trailer. I was like, where do I know that music from?
Oh, it had
and then all
music
of a sudden there was a
from
big
it.
tree.
Oh.
Yeah, like from years ago, like the same kind of theme-esque. And then the giant tree in the middle. I'm like, oh, that's what this is. This is a Mana game. Okay, we're in. So I like it. I'm down. I'm excited.
This next game, Jurassic Park Survival, I think is probably one of the most like things I would have never guessed.
Mm-hmm.
I love Jurassic Park. I think it's cool. I am very surprised that at first I thought, it's another one of the park building games, which I'm not really into. Mm-hmm. This looks like Alien Isolation Jurassic Park. And if it's anything like that, that's cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't take that spin on it. That could be actually interesting.
That was the vibes again, though. It was an animated trailer. It could, for all we know, it could be a gacha game. Roll to get a dinosaur.
It absolutely could. Yeah, they didn't show any gameplay. All they did was show scenes from the original Jurassic Park, basically, because everything that the main character in that game was in that trailer was doing is cut directly from the original Jurassic Park, from waving around the flare in the rain to inside the burned out welcome center. Everything was it to the spitter coming out that we see right on this thumbnail is from the original Jurassic Park. And I'm thinking to myself, what is this going to be? What are they trying to do here? Are people that nostalgic for the original Jurassic Park? I mean, I thought it was a great movie, but who is this for? I don't know. Is this necessary? So if it's something like Alien Isolation, I could see that being cool.
That's the vibe I got.
That would be interesting. But they have a good Jurassic Park game already. It was for the Sega Genesis. You got to play as Professor Grant, or you could play as a Velociraptor. The first time in video games you could play as a Velociraptor. I mean, it's about damn time. Representation.
Yeah, it was.
And I don't know. Just hold on to your butts, I guess. We're waiting for it.
Did it come out before Super Mario World?
Oh God!
No.
Oh great! Yeah, I just got fact-checked live.
No, yeah. I mean,
great.
Like I said though, like there was an anime trailer. The game could be stupid for all we know.
Could be anything. Yeah, I'm sure. Who knows? Who the heck knows?
Dead by Daylight spinoff game, which I thought was also really random. It's been talked about a long time ago. I played Dead by Daylight a couple times. When Pyramid Head came out. Haven't played Silent Hill. I just think the character's awesome.
Yeah,
and very fun in that game. Yeah, and then I also played a little more when Resident Evil stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people love Dead by Daylight.
Yeah.
I don't see the appeal, frankly, but I like watching it.
It's fun playing as the killer. I cannot stand being a survivor.
Yeah, I think like it kind of takes me out of it a little bit when you're like putting over this little pallet and they're like, ugh. I don't know. Or the survivors on a meat hook or something. It's like, this guy's dead. What the hell? What's happening here?
No, he's only hooked through the shoulder, obviously. Yeah.
I like watching people play it the same way I like watching people play the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game, which is the same game, essentially. So, cool for people.
I mean, it's cool. I'll check it out, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I think I don't know a bunch about it, but from my understanding, it's like an origin story of one of like their original killers in the game. Which
Chucky, or what? We have origin stories for these characters.
What are you talking about?
Chucky's in it.
I said
now.
Original characters.
Oh, it's an original character. Oh,
yeah,
okay,
Dead by Daylight. I mean, it has a lot of collabs, but like most of the characters are original characters.
Oh, I thought they were just like Jason and Freddy.
No, I think Freddy's in it. Jason's not even in it still, I don't think.
Oh, really?
There's a whole licensing issue with Friday 13.
And Mike Myers.
I don't know if he's in either.
The Scream guy.
Scream guy is in it. Ghostface. But no, this is an origin story for one of the killers, I believe. Which could be really cool. There's not.
That would be like.
There's not really any games like that.
Do you think it'll be like a Dead by Daylight game then, or will it be like its own?
It's a single player game.
Oh, okay, interesting. Oh, okay.
I guess, to be fair, a new story based game.
Okay,
so
cool.
Probably single player.
Fun.
For
those Dead by Daylight fans.
I don't know what Kimuri is. I don't remember this.
I don't think there was much to it. A special person came to say, I don't know who Ikumi Nakamura is.
Tango Gameworks is they did what's that game that came out?
So familiar.
It's on Game Pass now. Ghostwire.
Oh, this is a Ghostwire.
Yes. This is I think that's who made Tango Gameworks. I don't got much to say about it, so I'm just
same.
I want to say this next one, Big Walk, is a game that I did not expect at all, and I did not expect to be excited for, because when they first showed like game from a popular indie studio or whatever, and I was like, okay, and then I saw the Untitled Goose Game people, I was not excited. I hate Untitled Goose Game. I think it's stupid.
Yeah, I never played it, but I've heard people say it's really charming.
It's okay. So, have you ever played Donut Hole County?
No, but I've also heard that game is very charming.
That game is charming, and I liked it. And I thought Goose Game was gonna be like that, but it's not. I found it more annoying than anything.
You found that damn goose to be annoying, stealing your keys and shit?
It just felt more like it was trying to be charming, which made it uncharming to me. If that's like, I think it just had a charm overload to the point where it went like backwards.
It went from charming to cringe really fast.
That's actually a really good way to put it. Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely in the minority of people that don't like it. Like, I can understand the appeal, but there's just like an attitude and a vibe that I get that I just do not care.
Not the right vibe.
Yeah, it's just really. I mean, maybe one day I'll try it again. I'll be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I hated this.
Yeah, but, or maybe this big walk will come out and it'll change your mind completely.
Yeah, well, big. That is what I'm gonna say though. That I was so unexcited. Then they started showing this game. I was like, this looked like my vibe, like proximity chat, fun, echoing, little puzzles to do. It looked like a multiplayer Goat Sim game, which Goat Simulator 3 is multiplayer. It looked like that mixed with some of the like just more chaos and like I guess like the proximity chat really is what got me hooked. I was like, oh, that sounds cool.
Proximity chat is fun.
Cool art style. I love the cartoony aspect of these little things.
Little goofy things.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a Patapon game, honestly.
Yeah, yes. I was getting like Katamari vibes in a way. It looks goofy in the right way, and I'm here for it.
All right, it's coming around the corner. Do they have a
2025, I think, which made me so sad. I was like, wait, what? This game looks finished.
That's what these game awards do.
Yeah.
Now it's Matthew McConaughey's game.
Yes, Exodus.
It's Fast Times at Ridgemont High in space.
I don't really got much to say about it. It looked okay. I mean, it looked generic at the same time.
Oh my god, so generic.
Really? I mean, well, it looked like Interstellar.
I think that's exactly what they were
going
for.
That's what they're trying to do.
Doing, the time changing differently, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe give it a little more time, but I was surprised to see gameplay, really. That was my biggest takeaway. I was surprised to see gameplay. Because, most of these trailers don't have it.
I was surprised to see gameplay and surprised to see how uninterested I was from the game. I mean, this doesn't... I don't know, and now to say it's a BioWare joint, like, all right, okay. Yeah, I know what this game's going to be like. It's a generic sci-fi shooter. Matthew McConaughey still having, space-time shit, riding that interstellar waves. Give me a Dallas Buyers Club game. That's what I want to see, Give me the Lincoln Lawyer. When's that coming out? I guess not anytime.
Probably 2026 as a gacha game.
He goes into it, he does his Lincoln Lawyer work and gets your little figurines. Okay, so I think it's just generic.
Ori developer make a new game.
Big look at this.
Yeah, that was a lot of stuff for it. And it looked like Diablo-like game. That's why at first I looked away for a second. I looked back. I'm like, what is this? And I was surprised to see Ori developers. I definitely can see it from the art style a bit and art direction in a way. It doesn't look like Ori, but it gives me that feel. I really liked it.
Moon Studios' take on a Diablo-like ARPG. Yeah. Hey,
could be cool. I'm interested.
Yep, Ori 1, excellent. Ori 2, excellent. Diablo, great. Love to see what that developer has to do. A little bit concerned based on, I don't know if you remember all of the stuff coming out about Moon Studios. Tough place to work, a lot of harassment going on, sexual
really?
this and that. Oh, yeah. So maybe the people that worked on it aren't there anymore, hopefully. So I don't know what this
I had no clue about that.
I mean, I think it was a year something ago when this came out. But so I don't know. I'm tentative on it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look more into that.
Yeah, look into it. Just a couple of headlines from a year or something ago. But we'll see. I loved Ori. If it's great, it's great. 2 great games. Give me an action RPG, and I'm there for it.
Yeah.
So super excited for it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the art. I like the art style. So we'll see. Maybe it says. Did it say quarter one 2024 early access?
Early access.
I'm sure
right
it'll come out in 2026. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, which I have Oh, it is. Okay. I was confused if this Dragon Ball game they showed was the fighting game they had revealed a while back. The Dragon, like, they have been really nailing anime art styles for games. It's just
Fighters.
the games kind of suck. Like, Fighters is good, but so many anime games now are these open arena fighter games. This is not like an open arena fighter. This is like an arena fighter with a cool feel. The Budokai series is really cool. You can make all these weird matchups. So I'm excited to see what they do with new technology and stuff. It better have a quadrillion characters. The roster better not be like 8 characters. I swear, like, the whole interesting part is like you can have baby Goku fight Frieza. Now come on now.
Oh shit, can I get baby Gronk with the Riz King in there? Or?
And that's 2 on his list, 3 on his list today. It's giving baby Gronk the Riz King.
That's it, that's dead. That is officially dead. I just killed it. No more baby Gronk. Okay, another Dragon Ball. They made a lot of Dragon Ball Z games. The only one that ever was a blip on my radar is that Fighter Z because of how gorgeous
that game is really good looking.
Like, holy shit, they took anime and made it into a video game like you're watching an anime.
Yeah, it's super impressive.
This though, 3D,
it's cool. It's cool. I don't know. We'll wait for some more gameplay. It did have gameplay, it looked like.
Because I remember those, like, over-the-shoulder Dragon Ball Z fighter games. They've been trying to do it in Japan since the Super Nintendo. And, like, none of them really hit. I mean, if they were middling games, people who love Dragon Ball love those games. And, that's cool.
Well, part of the appeal is just the craziness. So, like, now if they could, like, refine that gameplay a bit, it would be cool.
Yeah, I can make Chaozu beat Super Saiyan Goku, Super Saiyan God Goku. Yeah, I'm all for it. Chaozu.
And I hope they're okay with being weird. Like, I feel like a lot of games for a while, like, we're trying to be like really in line with, like, oh, this is how the games are supposed to be. Like, this is how everything always is in these licenses. So we cannot do anything wacky. So
super serious.
Yeah.
But Dragon Ball in itself has never been very serious.
But I'm saying, like, Goku could never, ever in a million billion years lose to Krillin.
Or Chaozu.
No, he can lose to Chaozu. Chaozu, it goes Chaozu, Goku, Superman.
I would love to see. Well, if I could get that fight, I'll take a look at it.
I don't...
Lost Record.
A new Life is Strange game, or from the people. I mean,
teen drama. I'm too old for that.
I was about to say, I mean, like, I get why people like them, touching stories, but I need more action in my games.
Yeah, I went through puberty once. I'm okay. I don't want to do it again.
Oh wait, Skull and Bones got a new 7th release date.
Yeah, it's getting pushed back again.
I was genuinely surprised to see it have a release date of being sometime, like a specific release date. I mean, like, and I was very surprised too. The gameplay was not in 2 FPS.
Oh wow!
Like all of it, like, has always been looking so terrible. Like all the stuff I've seen of it,
and that's why it's gotten pushed back so many times.
Probably. It's definitely part of the reason. I don't understand what the problem is. Like, it's a good looking game, but, like, is it a 7 delay good looking game? I mean, I don't even remember this game originally got announced. I think it's literally was announced, like, but definitely before this console generation.
Oh my god, that is crazy.
So I don't know.
Well, is this gonna be like? Do we have any idea of what this game is?
It's like just pirate ship fighting. I'm pretty sure, which is like weird. It's literally just the pirate ship fighting. Like, I don't think you go onto the islands. So it's literally pirate ship PvP. I'm pretty sure.
So it's the Assassin's Creed
just
the fighting.
Yeah, that's the funny part. It's like they it's weird. People really like Black Flag, from my understanding, for the pirate aspect. And it's like they've just been sitting on it, and they seem to still be sitting on it because it's like it's literally just the fighting part now. Like give us a pirate RPG game. Why can no company ever do it?
Please, that would be excellent. Sea of Thieves certainly did not do it, so I
hate Sea of Thieves.
I hate Sea of Thieves. I played it probably for 3 hours, and I was like, "What
I
is
gave
this?
it multiple chances. I can't do it.
Sea of Thieves so bad. Okay. I know one guy who's played it for like thousands of hours.
Me too.
But I guess people can get into it.
It's a vibe I don't match with. Is another
exactly. Yeah. Okay.
It's giving boring.
It's giving boring. Absolutely.
Do you want to talk about Rise of the Ronin?
They're gonna take us off the air. By the way. Rise of the Ronin. Yes, I would love to talk about.
All right, go ahead.
One, right?
Yeah.
Team Ninja, keep doing Team Ninja shit. This is just a Team Ninja Team Ninja game. It could have been Rise of the Ronin. It could have been Neo 3. It could have been.
I thought it was Neo 3.
Ninja Gaiden. I thought it was Neo 3 too. Those games are great. They're a lot of fun to play. They just all look the same. This looks exactly like that. But I like those games. You know, I like
they're good.
I think Neo was probably I haven't played Lies of P yet, but it was probably one of the best Dark Souls games not made by From Software that I enjoyed. So if they keep doing that, Team Ninja makes excellent action games.
When are they making Ninja Gaiden 4?
Good question. This could be it. You know, if this was called Ninja Gaiden 4, you would have been like, okay, yep, that's right. That's not it.
Sorry, keep going.
Stranger of Paradise, again, Team Ninja, which is just basically Neo 3, also, except for Final Fantasy, which I'm dying to play. Like, that's the next Final Fantasy I really want to play.
No, you shouldn't, though.
I want to play it. I played the demo. It's so fun. But literally, they cut and pasted, like, Neo character models and enemy models from Neo into Stranger of Paradise.
Are you really sure you want to play it, though? Like...
I've heard interesting.
Is there someone like holding you hostage in that background over there? Is he saying this?
Yes. If you could read the blinks on my eyes, it's Morse code. No, I'm excited for this. I like Team Ninja games. I hope it's good. They screwed up Neo a little bit with the inventory management system, which I really did not like. It's like you're picking up thousands of pieces of junk and you had to spend hours going through your inventory. If they make it open world, which it sounds like they're going to do, and they're bringing their action and they're bringing an RPG into it, apparently there's guns in it, which is cool. You know, who does not want samurais with guns? I'm down. Looks like a lot of fun. I'm anticipating it. March 22nd, 2024, right around the corner. I'll play it.
I don't really have much to say. I probably will watch someone play it, and I mean, or maybe I'll get into it. I don't know. It didn't look bad. I mean, it looked very cool. I love the art style. It's weird looking back at it. I don't feel like there was a ton of gameplay, which is weird for a game coming out really soon.
Yeah, there was no gameplay, but you know exactly what it's going to play like.
Yeah, that is true. It is just kind of weird that there's no gameplay. And it's out in like 3 months. So I don't know. I always get a little concerned by that.
Not a good sign.
Final Fantasy 16 DLC Shadow Drop. I got nothing to say on that.
Yeah, would like to play Final Fantasy 16. I'll play if I ever get to it.
This I want to say something. No Man's Sky developed. This was hilarious. This whole section. It's like, yeah. So we eventually delivered on the promise, which I gotta say, I mean, it's like a very similar case to Cyberpunk. The whole No Man's Sky thing of not delivering on their initial promise and then going on a big publicity tour and fixing it. Mm-hmm. No Man's Sky is a very impressive game. I never got super into it, but it's impressive, and it's very crazy that they made this last so long. It's been like 10 years, I think they were saying. Mm-hmm. And now their next game is like also super ambitious. You know, they couldn't do the whole universe, so now they're doing an extremely detailed globe, which I guess is totally the right direction. It looked cool. I mean, I'm assuming that was gameplay. It says, reading this, it says it was gameplay. It definitely looked like gameplay, and I was like, this could be really cool with some friends.
Yep.
I hope there's stuff to do. You know, there was building. Like, what is the goal? You know, you're limited to this globe. What is the goal? They showed like a society in like some like temple or something. You know, I think this has a lot of potential to be very good or extremely boring.
Yes. Agreed. I feel like No Man's Sky originally got kind of a raw deal. It was super ambitious, but then it was promoted so heavily by Sony to put it out there and show everybody. I remember like they came out with, oh, there's going to be procedurally generated worlds and you're going to be able to travel to them, and that was like cool. But then Sony blew it up so much that it was on every
every E3
media. I remember when it was coming out. What was this, like 2011 or something?
Yeah,
I remember reading like a 13-page article on it in the New Yorker, of all places. New Yorker never talks about video games in the New Yorker, so everybody was talking about that game. And then they delivered on what they said it was going to be, but
not like, to the level they tried to advertise it to.
And exactly. Not what they advertised to, what they said it was going to be. And then to their credit, they stuck with it. The Hello Games. They brought out a lot of stuff. Again, same as you, I don't like survival games. I never liked survival games.
I like survival games.
Oh, no, but I mean, like, as far as this one, I never got into. But I don't. But like I played this a little bit, and I see the appeal, and I think every once in a while about going back to it and being like, let me just make this my chill game. But I never do because I don't have enough time for chill games. But like they did amazing with it over the next 10 years, right? They brought in improvements and changes and things to do. It launched empty. Now, to your point, this game looks like they're getting another crack at it, but hopefully they're not going to oversell it and underdeliver. You said that, right?
That's pretty much what I like. This game has a chance to be really boring.
And it looks like, I mean, I don't know when it's coming out, but it looks like that gameplay footage. It looked pretty fleshed out.
It looked good,
they
but
they kept it on their wraps.
Who knows if that's just the chunk of the part of that globe that and who knows how big this globe is and stuff like that. It could just be one section they really nailed down. But it did shock me. They were like, we're working on something new, team's working on it, and then they showed stuff. I was like, wow, that is, I mean, like the concept of a whole planet, extremely detailed stuff to do. Doesn't sound real. It doesn't sound real.
Well, that's the exact opposite of what they did with No Man's Sky, right? They just talked about it and they didn't show anything. And now they're actually showing something that you were not expecting, which I think is good. I'm interested in it. And to your point, if there's an objective, then I'm in. I can't play an objectiveless game. I just can't do it.
Yeah, there needs to be something.
Same with Minecraft
with No Man's Sky. Has an objective, to be fair. It does.
What is it? The Ender?
Ender Dragon.
Ender Dragon. Right.
There is a credits roll. It does have credits. Oh. I don't know. Anyways, though, I think is this next one the finals?
Yeah. Oh, the finals. It's out. I want to play it. I played the early access. It was fun. It has a lot of potential. I want to play it. I saw it. I read this after the fact. I was like, oh shit, it's out now. I want to get into it. Game was fun. 3v3 squads. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm gonna play it.
Finals. The destruction looked cool.
Yeah, that was really cool. I want to play it. That's all I'm saying.
This is the one I've been waiting for. This is probably my biggest favorite announcement. So Sega was like, you know what? We're done just making Sonic and Yakuza and Persona. No, okay. In all seriousness, so Sega announced they're working on. Let's see here. They're working on 5 new games: a Jet Set Radio game, a Shinobi game, Golden Axe game, Streets of Rage game, and Crazy Taxi game, and more.
Whoa,
so more. I thought after those 5 games, Sega was closing up shop, but no, apparently they're working on more games. But it's very overdue. I was reading articles talking about it, and apparently, like, Sega's giving credit to Sonic, Yakuza, and Persona for keeping them afloat. And, they're really happy with where these franchises have been going. And I gotta say, like, they really have stepped up their game in general. The last, 3D Sonic game and 2D Sonic game are a lot better than previous ones lately. I mean, Sonic Mania is still probably the last best piece of Sonic thing that I can think of off the top of my head. Aside from the movies are fun, but the Persona series is super popular, Yakuza series is super popular. So it's really cool to see Sega take that money and try to reinvest it in other things that is not take a risk. It's very rare to see a company take a risk this big. I'm excited for Jet Set Radio and Crazy Taxi the most out of here. A Golden Axe 3-player open game sounds insane. I don't know. It just really shocks me. Apparently, they're trying to capture that Dreamcast attitude they had, which I wish I was born in that era. I love all the Dreamcast stuff. But
so are these remakes or are they remasters? What
new
are we
games?
talking?
New games.
Whole new games. That's amazing. That is amazing.
Or new projects at least. The Jet Set Radio one. I mean, they didn't show a ton. I mean, Golden Axe, whatever the Golden Axe thing is, it could be a remake of that old school one. I mean, you would not probably be able to. It's basically a new game.
A new game, yeah. I mean, like, obviously it wasn't 3D.
The Crazy Taxi definitely looked very new. I mean, you can only do so much with the gameplay wise, but like they were showing like these like I don't know, like police, I think, and like I don't know, like probably customized cars, which would be awesome. The Streets of Rage game was the one I kind of was a little confused on. I was like, I don't know, it's just weird seeing it not in like a pixel
2D.
art style or 2D in general. It was like 2D, 3D. I don't know. I'm not saying it looks bad or anything. I'm just like, I'll wait to see more. Because Streets of Rage 4 came out not too long ago.
Right, yeah,
and that one looked really cool.
And people who played that said that it's a great beat. It's probably the best new beat up there is.
I played it, really liked it. The new Ninja Turtles game is one of my favorite beat 'em ups too.
Yep, and they're supposed to be both very good.
Yeah, they're both very good.
I didn't see this. I kind of saw this trailer on the side screen. I wasn't really quite paying attention.
It starts off very weird. It's like live human stuff, and I was like, "What is this?" I'm like, "Oh gosh, they're gonna announce like we're dropping Sega formal wear," and I'm like, "Oh boy." And I was like, "Whoa!" Hoodie. I was like, "Whoa, is that Jet Set Radio? Shinobi, Golden Axe, Streets of Rage, Crazy Taxi?" It was crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah, that like, and then when you were describing it to me after the fact, I was like, "Wait, did I just miss this? Is that they're remaking these games?"
It was fast.
So I had to go back and watch it, and I kind of watched it again very quickly. But the way that you're describing it makes me more and more interested. If they're making complete remakes of all these great properties,
it's
Golden Axe,
it's just new. I think it's just new games.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I would love to get. I never was big into Jet Set Radio, but I would play it now with a different lens. You know, that's kind of a game that I think that would appeal to me. But I loved me some Shinobi. Golden Axe, awesome beat 'em up game, but it's 3D now, so they're not doing the Streets of Rage thing. Basically, Streets of Rage and Golden Axe are very similar in their gameplay styles, the originals, that is. Streets of Rage, awesome. Love Streets of Rage, had it for the Game Gear, had it for the Sega Genesis. Would love to play. I remember renting Streets of Rage like 1,000,000 times from Blockbuster and playing as the I wanna play as a kangaroo one more time. Streets of Rage rocks. I would love to see, if you're talking, you know, the heyday of Dreamcast.
That's
a lot of great games.
That's what they're trying to do. They said,
they need to get the #1 game of Dreamcast, Power Stone, out there, and then people would literally
Capcom,
shit their pants.
That's Capcom.
But if it's Dreamcast, I don't care.
Talk to Capcom. They're busy.
Capcom, if you're listening to me,
they're making Street Fighter 6 swimsuit alts. They're too busy. They can't hear you. But one thing I want to say that I felt was oddly missing from this was Virtua Fighter.
Ooh, Virtua Fighter.
I do think like when they're showing all these IPs, I was like, huh.
I feel like, well, Virtua Fighter would be a big undertaking.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying it's. You could. They can do it.
Well, because Virtua Fighter has had Virtua Fighter 4, that was like a fully fledged fighting game that was huge. So they would have to do.
I mean,
like these.
You don't have. They could just go more like a Soul Calibur route, where they're maybe not trying to be like the next big esports.
But it's a I see what you're saying.
I don't know. I feel like I would love more fighting games that aren't trying to be like the next big Evo spot, but still be fun. I don't need that. I'm not into games for a competitive aspect.
Yeah, good. That's a good point. I could see that for Virtua Fighter.
I was just surprised. I mean, like, really, when you look at this lineup, to me, that's the big Sega IP that's like
missing.
I mean, I guess when I say that now, I also think about Billy Hatcher.
Well, it's and more.
And more. That is true.
You never know. Virtua
where is
Fighter
Samba de Amigo? Oh wait, there is a new Samba de Amigo, and I have it. I forgot about that. It was okay. It's pretty good. Oh, okay. But you got anything else about this? Otherwise,
no, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Bringing me back to my childhood of Sega days. Maybe Endmore could be what was that one? Rise from your grave. What's that fucking game?
Oh, it's in like Beast something.
Beast something. Rise from your grave.
Yeah,
I wanted some of that.
Yeah.
God, why am I blanking on that? It'll come to me. If we keep going, it'll come back to me.
Marvel Blade by
Cool.
Arcane Studios sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Very, very premature announcement, I'm guessing. There is something that kind of sucks, like, this announcement is very overshadowed by, and I think it's a fair question, like, people are wondering what this will be on. And there's a lot, like, that's, like, it's super overshadowed online. Is this an Xbox only, like, Windows and Xbox game? Because, I mean, it's Arcane Studios, which is Bethesda, which it's owned by Microsoft. And, like, realistically would make sense. The Indiana Jones game technically hasn't been confirmed as well. There's an Indiana Jones game Bethesda's making. Hasn't technically been confirmed as Xbox environment only, but realistically it makes sense. It's just weird that every other game isn't afraid, like, when Sony, like, has a game, they're not afraid to say what it's on. Nintendo has a game, not afraid to say what's on. Any other companies, Sega, when they drop a game, Capcom, they say what it's on. And it's like Xbox, like, always is tiptoeing around it, and it's like, do they try to create this publicity? It's not really good or bad. It just kind of overshadows the announcement, makes people wonder what's going on.
They want to create. I guess they're in the business of creating buzz. Maybe I don't know.
But what kind of, like, what are you gaining off of that? Like, I don't think too many people
raising expectations, which is going to be tough to deliver on.
I will say it's cool that if it's true that the Xbox environment to have their own Marvel game would be cool.
Big if true.
Otherwise, though, this sounds awesome.
Yeah, sounds awesome. Other than that being said, sounds awesome. Other than surprising, that we didn't see anything of the Wolverine game, which I thought we would.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe this is why they didn't. Maybe they knew about it.
Like, I thought we would see Wolverine.
But I didn't even. Yeah, that's
Blade is fucking cool as hell.
Yeah,
I'm in.
Yeah.
Let me slay some vampires. Let me go and see what.
It was a cool trailer too. It was a cool trailer. I liked it. I mean, it's animated, but I liked it.
Yeah, good art style.
Yeah, I love trailers that do announce stuff like this. Like, I was speaking poorly on cinematic trailers, but there's once in a while ones that do it really right. This one was cool because I didn't know what I was looking at until the end.
Right.
That was fun.
You saw, same. You were, like, watching it. He's in a barber shop. Then you saw his. As soon as I saw his teeth, I was like, okay.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Dude.
That was cool. It was cool. Cool.
Oh,
trailer,
and then
really
man. Okay, I feel like I should have. Man, that's. I'm taking away.
Trailer.
Yeah, it was a good trailer. Opposite of that, I think the God of War DLC trailer would, like. I haven't even played these games, and I'm not saying anything bad about the games.
Oh boy.
This trailer, no, this trailer.
Out. Hold on to your butts.
No, this trailer just started out terribly. Like here's my thing. I did not think it was a new God of War, but people online thought for a second it was a new God of War. Oh, that
it was a new God of War?
I
thought it was new. I thought maybe DLC. Maybe
my first thought was DLC.
DLC.
But looking back though, I can kind of understand, like,
how can people be expecting a new God of War?
Because they're making one. They've already said that.
I don't know how early they must be.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, anyone like. But when you're in this moment of watching trailers, you're not sitting, like, most people.
You're not thinking rationally.
I'm not gonna say I'm not, because I didn't think it was a new game. There's a bunch of people that are like, oh my god, Kratos, new God of War game. I see.
And then they went immediately to the Reddit post and they said, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. Well, no, but like I do think it wasn't that great of an idea to start it like that.
Yeah.
I think there was something else that the Final Fantasy trailer was very clear right away that it was DLC.
Mm-hmm.
This was like,
yeah, of course, because it had the same.
This started out oddly cinematic, like not even just from the like. It showed him like rowing a boat by himself, and like I don't know. It was very. I mean,
sad Kratos.
It was very weird tone for it to be DLC. Now, a roguelite mode, more games gotta keep adding those modes. I gotta say that.
Well, besides how it started, how did you feel after it ended?
Oh, I mean, it's cool. Like really soon, little gift.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, and free DLC.
It's
I think it's
a couple
hilarious.
of days from now.
I think it's
free.
hilarious that it's getting a roguelite mode, and so is The Last of Us Part 2. But The Last of Us Part 2 isn't free.
Oh damn! Really?
Yeah, you have to pay
Was that part of this, or is that?
No, that's it's Last of Us. So Last of Us Part 2 is getting remastered, right?
Yes, I did know that, but I
you
really
can pay,
have been off of the video games of Last of Us.
So you can pay $10 to upgrade the PS4 version, which is nice. I mean,
yeah, that's good. They should do that.
I mean, I think it should be free.
True.
It doesn't look that different. It really does not look that different. People are saying that about The Last of Us 1 remaster, and it's like, it looks different. Did it warrant the time to make that? No, but this is even worse. And it's just funny that these are both Sony Interactive Entertainment Studios, and one of them is getting a free roguelite mode, and the other is a paid one. And it's
paid roguelite mode.
I mean, unless the roguelite mode's an update as well for Last of Us Part 2, I'm pretty sure it's only in the remaster. It's not going to be on the PS4.
As long as they get an extra episode of the TV show in there based on the roguelike mode, then I'll pay $10 for it. But
more games need roguelite modes.
Yeah, agreed. And I think this was surprising for me and exciting for me to get back into God of War again.
This is random.
Like,
this
is completely random. But also, as I was playing, so I played it. God of War, the first remake, or the first new one, I should say, way late. Basically, right before God of War 2 came out, I played God of War 1. And I remember getting to the part of God of War 1, I think it was like Niflheim or something.
I have no clue. I haven't played them.
Well, there's one like optional area that you go into, you fight monsters, you collect treasure, and you only get what you take out, right? Kind of roguelike-esque. And I remember playing that mode, and I'm like, holy shit, this is the best part of the game. I love this. I love the God of War action plus the roguelike element. I wish they would do more of this. Then going into God of War 2, there really wasn't that. And I kept thinking, oh, I want to go to this realm again. I want to find this. I want to get it. I want to play it again. And they didn't really have it. And I was very disappointed about that. Now this is exciting because they're bringing that mode in a full free DLC. I can't wait to play it again.
Yeah.
Like that in my opinion was the best part of that game.
I feel like I vaguely remember you playing that part.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. Let me play more of this. And every time you went in and survived and got out, it was a time limit, so you couldn't stay in there the whole time, but you could get yourself stronger to stay in longer. It had that whole like replay. The levels were different, it was awesome. And I love roguelikes. So I was like, this is great. I want to see more of that in this DLC. I'm going to go back to it and play it for sure. And I never would have done that on a story DLC for God of War, frankly. Like I pretty much think that story should be done for now.
Wow.
But yeah.
Speaking of God of War, totally. OD, the new Hideo Kojima game with Xbox, which I'm not really into like the artsy thing of it. I don't know. I mean, like, I total respect to Kojima. I get the whole legacy thing about him. I kind of like don't understand why he's like the game developer and designer that is picked out from this crowd of all these other amazing games. I mean, like, I'm not trying to say like he is insanely good at what he does.
Kojima haters club right here. That's it. He on it.
No, I'm really not though. I just kind of don't understand like the cult following he has basically. Like I and it's more so like I'm literally saying in the sense of I don't get it and I would like to understand. I'm not sure, like I'm open it. And that's the whole thing about this trailer. It was very artsy and I kind of lost interest. And then they're like, it's a horror game. And they're like, Jordan Peele's working on it. I'm like, okay, wait, this actually might be a little scary. Then they're talking about the cloud and stuff. I'm like, maybe this game's going to suck. Xbox is helping fund it though, so maybe it won't suck. I don't know. That's all I gotta say.
There wasn't much to go on this. Graphics look amazing in the sense that
is that what that is?
I don't know.
I couldn't tell if that was a trailer.
But that is, if it is a trailer, isn't that like whoa?
So here's my guess of what this whole game is.
You're going to be guessing on literally nothing.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm guessing on what they're saying and implying.
Yeah, I mean, like,
so the trailer showed people screaming and stuff. I'm guessing
Yes.
it's going to be a game, or it's going to be a horror game where you play with some other people possibly as well, where it's going to be reactive to your sound and stuff, and it's going to be a very trippy experience. And, you know, you're going to have to be talking and stuff like that. It's going to be procedural. Like, there's a Silent Hill game that came out, and it's very recent. I think it's only on mobile. It's like a cloud stream game where like the events are happening in real time and people have to vote on them. It's gonna be something really weird like that.
Wow.
Except this game will probably be actually good at what it does, because the other one is terrible from what I've heard and seen. That's all I gotta say about this one.
No, not that.
For
Hopefully,
real. I'm interested. Basically, it could be really weird.
And I know we talked about this before. In my opinion, this trailer did not have to be. It showed nothing. It was
really?
if this is CGI, if this is graphics, like, extremely impressive. If not for the entrance of Jordan Peele, I don't think that this has any merit being around. There was nothing here.
Yeah.
I think Kojima is if this is a game that comes out, it's not going to come out anytime soon. When it comes out, if it doesn't hit the way Metal Gear did,
it's not gonna. I don't think you're asking way too much right now.
But like, that's what they're delivering, right? Coach, you just said it yourself. Why are they bringing Kojima out as the one?
Because
right?
he's making this.
Yeah, no. I'm saying as the one developer of amongst all developers who are like, who's like basically Jesus of developers.
But that's more like something Jeff Keighley does.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, if this game doesn't deliver on that, plus after Death Stranding, which I from what I understand is a good game, but it is not like the game of the generation.
I don't know. Some people claim on their life it is.
I'll have to take their word for it.
Yeah.
What saved that is the fact that Jordan Peele is working on this, because he has more of an appeal than the Guillermo del Toro of Death Stranding. He's younger, he knows video games, he's a hot director now because of the things that he's doing with the horror genre and his movies and pushing boundaries, which is just like Kojima has been doing with his games with different gameplay styles, which I thought was interesting. And also, Jordan Peele's movies are not strictly horror, which I like, where they're almost like, they're scary, they're spooky, they're edge of your seat, but you're not getting jump scared, you're psychologically scared, which I think fits really, really well with Kojima. So the fact that they brought Jordan Peele out made it exciting and important. The trailer, I don't know what this was. It didn't. It was just a face.
I think that's the thing. That's what makes me think it's really gonna be about yourself and like your reactions and stuff like that. I don't know.
That would be cool as hell.
But one last thing about it, if Psycho Mantis shows up and starts reading, he's going to start reading everyone's search histories.
I see you really like Crash Bandicoot.
Last thing I think here before we wrap up.
Yep.
Monster Hunter Wilds. I don't got much to say. I've never been really into Monster Hunter.
Yeah, I've never been a big Monster Hunter fan. The only Monster Hunter that I have played is Dauntless. Which is not Monster Hunter.
I was about to say, what's I remember. Yeah,
it's the free-to-play
Monster Hunter.
Faux Monster Hunter. And actually, that game is a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun.
I feel like I could be a guy who really likes Monster Hunter. I know people are crazy about Monster Hunter.
Yes,
I love me some Mila Jovovich in Monster Hunter the movie. I hear it's a big hit and won all the Oscars.
Monster Hunter, oh my gosh! Until you started saying that, I was like, no, what, dude? That was the worst. That's got to be one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Like, seriously, that is. I don't know how they messed that up. But Monster Hunter World, I never could really get into it. I played Rise, which is the
Monster
latest
Hunter Rise.
And a decent amount of it. I don't think Monster Hunter is for me, but man, they're showing this huge open world of hunting monsters. It's like it's trying to get me back in. It's trying to get me back in.
Every time I get out, pull me back in.
I want to be into it, is the thing. It's just like, I don't understand what's happening. I don't know what I'm doing. And then the game tries
monsters.
The game, well, yeah, that's straightforward. And then it's like upgrading my weapon. I'm greeted with like 10 paragraphs.
Oh my god!
It's like,
I don't get the backstory.
It's 10 paragraphs of telling me how to do it. I don't know what I'm doing.
Mechanically, it's just the manual.
I can't read.
Oh, that's too funny. I feel like I would be a Monster Hunter fan if I played.
I think
and,
you.
like,
I think you would.
I would probably enjoy.
You have
it.
the patience.
And people love that Monster Hunter. So good. A new Monster Hunter coming. Very exciting. I think overall trailers. It was a good show.
It was.
Good trailers.
It was a good show.
It's exciting what's coming around the corner for video games. I think the last thing that we need to talk about is just the absence of things that everybody expected, which is no Elden Ring DLC. What are they doing?
That was it for me. That was the one thing I was shocked about.
I was thinking maybe Silk Song. Something.
No one should have expected Silk Song.
I expect Silk Song at every turn.
They're gonna announce that on their own terms.
Maybe someday. Freaking guys.
It'll get more views than the GTA 6 trailer.
You think?
No, it
probably will.
It'll get
burned everything down.
It'll probably get 5 million in a day.
But that was exciting. It was a good show. It was a good show. I enjoyed it. I'm glad it gave us a lot to talk about.
Yes, I mean we filled the whole episode with this.
Woo! I think maybe we should wrap it up here.
Yeah.
Ty, what do you think?
Oh yeah, I think that we said what we gotta say and said has been said.
Yeah, well, I think that's good. Thank you, everybody, for, joining us, for coming with us on this journey, talking a little bit about video games, about what we were thinking, what we're playing, what we're doing.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk more next week, right, Ty? We're going to sit down and
I'm not going to get sick next week. So.
Yeah, no sickness. You've got the immunity now, so let's do it. Come back. Come back with us.
Where we share our Christmas lists. Oh, we could actually do that. I'll say as a joke.
Nice teaser. I like that. A little holiday spirit.
Who knows?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do Christmas style. Let's do holidays. We're going to be playing more games. I'm going to be playing Alan Wake. Ty, you're going to be playing games.
I'm definitely, totally, 100% going to be playing video games, and I probably won't talk for 10, 20 minutes about Lego Fortnite.
You can put money on it. We're going to be talking about games.
Yeah.
So thanks again for joining us.
Yes.
We're the Game Boys.
Game Boys.
I'll see you.
Unplugged. See you, man.
Unplugged. Take care.
Peace.